This is the Troll Patrol, live with Justin FREAKIN.
Welcome to the Troll Patrol, live. It's a freaking Monday. I hope everybody had a great freaking weekend. Hope everybody in the Northwest was able to stay cool. Holy shit. What a heat dome or whatever the fuck they're calling it. Moving through the Pacific Northwest, shattering records. Somebody pointed out that like the previous record was set in like 1930 for British Columbia, Canada. They're like, oh, does it sound like it's climate change happening? Blah 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 blah. If the previous record was set in 1930. But as Greta Thunberg put it, records are usually broke by like 1/10 of a degree. They shattered the previous record. Consecutive days in a row. Welcome to the front row seat to the climate emergency. Coming to a locale near you. Fantastic show tonight. The Trump legal team says he will not be indicted this week. Do we believe them? I mean, it's the Trump legal team. A Colorado man was killed by the cops after stopping a mass shooter. He was a hero. He was a good guy with a gun, and do you know what he got for his trouble? Put 6 feet under. That's what happened. Right-wingers are losing their minds over an Olympic athlete, but at least they're not trans this time. More faux nationalism from the patriots who supported the Republicans that wanted to overturn democracy. Plus, we will end the show tonight with a bear pole dancing. You heard me. We are going to watch a bear, a literal bear, not a, I know it's Pride Month, not a masculine man with a fat belly and a hairy chest, not that kind of bear, a literal bear pole dance. That's how we're going to end the show tonight. But let's start it off with what I think is the most depressing story over the weekend. Holy shit. In Arvada, Colorado, a heroic man who fatally shot a gunman was himself killed by a responding officer. And I'm assuming, I might have my stories mixed up, but I believe the cops lied about this man. Well, let's get the details. The man held as a hero for preventing a further bloodshed after a gunman fatally shot a police officer in Arvada, Colorado on Monday was himself fatally shot by police. Arvada police said in a statement on Friday afternoon. I think I did allude to this story last week, but we didn't have the details. Police say Johnny Hurley, 40, confronted the gunman, identified as Ronald Troick, after Troick had shot and killed Arvada police officer Gordon Beasley near Arvada's Old Town Square on Monday afternoon. As Troick ran towards the square with a long gun, Hurley shot the suspect with a handgun. Arvada PD views Mr. Hurley's actions as heroic. It is clear that he intervened in an active shooting that unfolded quickly in a busy commercial area in the middle of the day, and that he did so without hesitation. Mr. Hurley's actions certainly saved others from serious injury or death, according to the Arvada Police Department in a statement. The shooting incident took place when Troick's brother called Arvada police asking for a welfare check because he believed Troick was going to do something crazy. Beasley and another officer made the welfare check but were unsuccessful in locating Troick, after which they were dispatched to Old Town Square to check on a report of a suspicious person, according to the statement. In surveillance video of the incident, the suspect can be seen parking his truck behind Officer Beasley as he is walking through a parking area. Hey, baby. Good evening, Lisa. Troik gets out of his truck with what police describe as a 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun. Troik shot the 19-year-old veteran 2 times, according to police. Officer Beasley did not reach for his gun and takes no defensive action. He simply turns in response to the suspect, who then shoots and kills him. The suspect then shot out the windows of nearby patrol cars before running back to his truck to retrieve his AR-15 and back towards the square, according to the statement by police. Police say that is when he was shot by Hurley. Police also confirmed that they recovered a note from Troik, which contained a host of specific threats against the Arvada Police Department. I don't know, it kind of seems like everybody in the situation was a hero except the cops. Yeah, you guys get what I'm implying. Aerial photo of the scene at Old Town Square in Arvada, Colorado. Right here. Monday's shooting incident has triggered 2 separate investigations, with the Arvada Police Department conducting the probe into Officer Beasley's death. A multi-agency critical incident response team is investigating Hurley's fatal shooting. We want to be clear that although these 2 deaths unfolded as part of the same incident, they are being investigated separately. Welcome, Rocky. Good evening. Finally, it is clear that the suspect bears responsibility for this tragic sequence of events. I don't know that the suspect bears any responsibility for you guys shooting the hero in this situation. Hurley's family put out a statement that was released by the district attorney's office. Our beloved son and brother Johnny is no more. We loved him dearly. May he rest in peace. Before Johnny engaged in a clear-eyed response to a dire situation, he was already a wonderful human. He was already a wonderful human being with a great enthusiasm for life. We are deeply moved by the outpouring of love from the community and are grateful for the support of the Arvada Police Department and their partners. You're grateful for the Arvada Police Department? We don't yet have all the information about what happened to Johnny, and we look forward to learning the outcome of a thorough and independent investigation. As a family, we ask that there not be speculation in the media. I'm going to speculate, sorry. While the facts are being determined, it helps no one. We ask that our privacy be respected while our grief is still so fresh. We ask that any media inquiries be directed to the 1st Judicial District Attorney's Office. As I said, I'm pretty sure the cops tried to lie about this motherfucker. So the family should be raising hell. Holy fuck. But hey, that's not the only situation we have tonight where an officer shot somebody who was completely innocent. A teen was having car trouble. A sheriff's deputy shot and killed him. Because, you know, that's what they do. During a traffic stop last week, an Arkansas sheriff's deputy shot and killed a teenage boy who was only armed with a neon blue jug of antifreeze, family members told Vice News. Lanoke County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Michael Davis stopped 17-year-old Hunter Britton near Cabot, Arkansas at about 3 a.m. last Wednesday. It's still unclear why, which is an odd thing. You would think that would be in the police report that would have been released the next day. Hunter had been having trouble with his truck when Davis pulled in behind him outside of a local auto repair shop and flashed his emergency lights. This is according to the account of a 16-year-old riding with Hunter at the time. Because apparently the cops aren't saying anything. When Hunter went to put the antifreeze behind his back tire so his vehicle wouldn't roll into the officers, Davis allegedly fired at him. Before he could get there, he was shot in the neck. Hunter's uncle, Jesse Britton, told Vice News, "We can't begin to understand why he would take a shot at that boy." Well, he feared for his life. We're not going to stop until we have some answers, some justice. The boy's death has since sparked protest outside the sheriff's office located near Little Rock. A Twitter post briefly detailing the shooting also went hugely viral over the weekend. Well, let's find out, shall we? So the boy on the left is 17-year-old Hunter Britton. On Wednesday, a sheriff in Arkansas pulled him over when his truck wouldn't go into park. He got out to put something behind his tires to stop the truck from hitting the cop's car. The cop suddenly opened fire and killed him. Okay, I'll say it. I'll just say this once because it's obvious. If news of cops killing a white kid somehow leads you to some to take that detracts from how cops murder black and brown folks, disreport police to yourselves. It's a weird thing to say. Policing is a white supremacist structure. I absolutely agree. I think this is one of the things that should say, like, fucking cops are clearly on a power trip. Now, I don't so much think that cops are overtly racist. Now, some of them are, absolutely. They've got fucking Nazi tattoos right on their arms. No. I think these structures discriminate against poor people. And thanks to structural racism in this country, a disproportionate amount of poor people are minorities. Oh, let's go back. Let's read the rest of the story. Hunter had just fixed his transmission and taken the truck out for a test drive when Davis pulled him over, according to the teen riding with Hunter and his uncle's knowledge of the incident. The shifting linkage in the truck was messed up, so when they pulled up, the truck was rolling back, Jesse Britton told Vice News. That's why Hunter went to get the antifreeze. After Davis fired, Hunter sustained a gunshot wound and was transported to a North Little Rock hospital where he died. Jordan King, the teen with Hunter the night of the incident, told local ABC affiliate that Davis didn't say anything to Hunter before shooting him. Another deputy showed up and handcuffed King for hours, because of course they did. Though Jesse Britton said the teen, who's also a family member, was never charged with any crime. Of course not. It was just to scare them. Rebecca Payne, Hunter's grandmother and his guardian at the time, told Vice News that authorities have told her little about what happened to her grandson. It wasn't even the sheriff's office that told her Hunter had been shot, but other people who were at the property where he was killed. Fuck. I guess I don't trust any police right now, Payne said. Payne, oh my God. If people knew the truth about what police were doing, I don't think anyone would trust the police. Anyone that's had any interaction with law enforcement doesn't trust the police. Won't nobody tell us anything? The body hasn't been released. None of the information has been released to us. We've been told a lot of different things. Lenoke County Sheriff John Stanley said in a video statement, oh, here we go. Let's watch this video statement.
A 17-year-old tragically lost his life after being shot by a deputy during a 3 a.m. traffic stop. I prayed with his family and friends last night.
Whoa. You prayed with his family and friends. What, the deputy? Because the family says you weren't talking to them. So you prayed with the deputy's family and friends. Is that what you're fucking saying?
Yesterday, a 17-year-old tragically lost his life after being shot by a deputy during a 3 a.m. traffic stop. I prayed with his family and friends last night. Like everyone, I want to know exactly what happened. But because I also want full transparency and accountability, I immediately asked the state police to handle the investigation. They are an independent agency. We will fully cooperate with them. State police are gathering the facts, and they know much more than I do.
Let me tell you the facts, sir. Your deputy is a murderer. That's the facts.
We immediately gave them body camera footage because we aren't handling the investigation. We don't know how much of the incident was captured by the camera. As sheriff, I'm committed to transparency. That's why I will support the public release of body camera footage when the law and state police investigation allow. In potentially dangerous situations, deputies are often forced to make split-second decisions. Second guessing?
Fuck you. Seriously, fuck you, dude. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I don't know what else to say. Fuck you and your split-second decisions. Fuck you. A cop's job, according to the Constitution, motherfucker, according to the Constitution, a cop's job is to die, if necessary, to make sure the person in their charge, whether they be a criminal or a citizen, makes it home alive, makes it to the courtroom alive, makes it to the jail cell alive. That's the way I interpret the Constitution. I think it's pretty goddamn clear. So fuck your split-second decisions. I don't give cops leeway.
Allow. In potentially dangerous situations, deputies are often forced.
Do you know what the dangerous situation is? Do you know what the dangerous situation is in this country? Being confronted by a fucking cop. That's the dangerous situation around here. You're the dangerous situation, motherfucker.
Split-second decisions. Second guessing those decisions, especially when the facts are still unclear, is dangerous and unfair.
I'm not second guessing. I am a citizen. You are a public servant. Your actions are a matter of public policy. This is not second guessing.
We all want the truth. We all want justice. But
bullshit.
To avoid rushing to judgment until the investigation is over. Sadly, on social media, some people are demanding I take action without waiting for evidence.
I think you should fucking resign. I think a deputy should be... God damn it. If I accidentally killed somebody on my job, I would be fired immediately. And I would be charged immediately. I don't know how cops get to fucking walk around still collecting a taxpayer fucking paycheck after they did something like that.
I also know there's a lot of misinformation on social media.
Coming from the cops.
Don't believe it.
Because, like, listen, this motherfucker said he prayed with the fucking family, but we just read the family statement. It said they're getting stonewalled by the fucking cops. So he already lied to you. He lied to you. Right off the bat. And of course he's saying he prayed with them. He prayed with them. Faux piousness. You're hiding behind faux piousness, motherfucker.
Wait until the facts are confirmed. Here's my promise to the people of this county. Any of my deputies who violates the law or my policies.
Doubt.
Let's allow the investigation to continue. Thank you, and God bless.
Piece of shit. He is a piece of shit. Absolutely. The Lonoke County Sheriff's Office did not immediately respond to a request for additional comment. A spokesman for the state police said in a statement to Vice News on Monday that the agency would not send out further statements until the prosecuting attorney receives the completed investigative file that determines whether the use of deadly force by a law enforcement officer was or was not consistent with Arkansas law. Now, they may find it is consistent with Arkansas law. That wouldn't shock me. But then I would say there is something incredibly wrong with Arkansas law. On to Chicago, where there is some modicum of moving towards justice. Chicago Police Department officer who fatally shot Anthony Alvarez has been stripped of his police powers. Let's hear from the ABC 7 report.
This is not just the scene of the shooting, it is also steps from where Anthony Alvarez lived. And today his mother told us that even now, nearly a month after this happened, she has still not been given a satisfactory answer as to why officers were even chasing.
Oh, wow. This seems to be a pattern of behavior that cops are stonewalling families of people that they killed. Happens every fucking time. I wonder why that is, but I thought there were such good cops out there that are working for justice.
Her son to begin with.
No entiendo por qué lo mataron.
A grieving mother still unsure why her son, Anthony Alvarez, is dead, shot as he ran away from police.
Because the cop's a piece of shit.
Away from his Portage Park home late last month.
Los policías hubieran bajado.
That's all there is to it.
Y le hubieran
That's why your kid's dead.
The
I'm sorry,
officers
ma'am.
should have gotten out of the squad car and arrested him to begin with, says Veronica Alvarez in Spanish, as she describes how she interpreted the body cam video shown to her yesterday. Instead, she says, they drove right up to him, flashed their brights. I would have been scared. A lot of us would have reacted in that way.
No es nada de que lo quisieron detener.
It remains unclear why officers were attempting to detain Alvarez that night, who appears to have parked his vehicle, then gone into a gas station next to his home, and was coming out with bags in hand shortly before the chase began. But because he had a gun, some in the community are withholding judgment until COPA's investigation into the matter is complete.
When these incidents occur, I get depressed. Number one.
Okay, so I'd not seen the footage of him coming out of the store. When we watched the body cam footage here on the show, it started with the cop on the street. And, like, that was one of the things that just blew my mind. It's like, why is the cop even chasing him?
I feel terrible for the...
But now, like, we saw the footage and that doesn't answer it. Like, it even makes it even more just dumbfounding why the cops were chasing him to begin with.
Alvarez family. I feel terrible for the police department, for the employees.
I don't.
Incident because it's never
Fuck the police department.
a police-involved shooting. Period.
The Alvarez shooting took place 2 days after that of 13-year-old Adam Toledo. It has garnered a lot less attention. His mother telling us today she hopes that her son will not be soon forgotten as she seeks answers to the questions she still has.
That was the local report. The police report stated it was an investigatory stop.
Superintendent acknowledges.
More information here. The police report stated it was an investigatory stop for a person with a gun. Officers then chased him through an alley for more than 30 seconds, leading to a residential street. A pistol appeared to be in Alvarez's right hand. The video certainly suggests enough for the police to make a claim that it was reasonable. ABC 7 Chicago legal analyst Gil Soffer said when the videos were released, it was a split-second decision. They all say that. It's like it's a fucking phrase they want to throw out. Feared for my life. Split-second decision. Blah, 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 blah. You know what I call that? An emotive argument. It's not rational. It's not reasonable. Doesn't give you license to kill citizens in the street, which is against the Constitution. Once again, I'd like to point out. As Alvarez is shot, a gun ends up a few feet away. We saw the video. He throws the gun down, clearly. So the cop is apparently also being investigated for a May 21st road rage incident. It was caught on video. Let's watch the video of this.
The FBI team has new details tonight on a road rage incident in Logan Square caught on video. This incident last week is now part of an internal investigation by the Chicago Police Department. Multiple sources telling the I-team tonight the man seen with a weapon in his hand arguing with another driver is Chicago police officer Evan Solano. Officer Solano is the same officer who fired those fatal...
Oh, is that the one that we watched the video and he cried after he shot the kid about like how he never done anything like this before, and he's on video clearly like talking about how emotional he is about the kid dying? You mean he was caught on camera acting like a tough guy and threatening people beforehand? No.
Shots that killed Anthony Alvarez 2 months ago. Police body camera video released by the Civilian Office of Police Accountability of that shooting shows Alvarez running away from police with a weapon in his hand. COPA's investigation into the Alvarez shooting is still ongoing. As for the road rage incident, the police department says its Bureau of Internal Affairs is investigating, but they cannot comment any further. And
Oh, a cop has an anger problem and got into a road rage incident? Oh, color me shocked. Almost as shocking as John McAfee dying by suicide. Spanish autopsy shows John McAfee did indeed did indeed die by suicide. The software mogul was found dead in a cell awaiting extradition to the U.S. Now, this is being disputed by Janice McAfee. The official autopsy on the body of John McAfee showed that he died by suicide in the Spanish prison cell where he was awaiting extradition to the United States. This was according to a Spanish newspaper citing unidentified sources close to the proceedings. A spokesperson for the Catalonian court system, which is in charge, once again, I don't know if I'm saying that right. Fucked it up on Friday too, which is in charge of the autopsy, did not have any information on the report. Prison wardens found the body of software mogul McAfee hanging in his cell on Wednesday in what appeared to be a suicide. This is according to McAfee's lawyer, who said on Friday that McAfee's widow, Janice, asked him to request a second independent autopsy once the results of the first were released. Janice McAfee has said she does not believe her husband was suicidal and has blamed U.S. authorities for his death. Wow. British-born McAfee, who launched the world's first commercial antivirus software in 1987, was detained last October at Barcelona airport. He had lived for years on the run from U.S. authorities, some of that time aboard a mega yacht. Now, one of the reasons why I might be doubtful of Janice McAfee's account is if you do a little research into Janice McAfee. I think I have this correct. He started off as a sex slave for John, then became his wife, then tried to kill him. Or maybe trying to kill him was before he became. I don't remember. Like, I want to say she even tied him up and held him hostage for a little while, and they ended up talking it out, and like, it's a wild story. It's been a long time since I've heard it, and also I'm a stoner, so I don't exactly remember what all happened. So I'm speaking out of my ass here. Something like that. It's a wild fucking story. Now, Janice might have a reason to grift, wouldn't you say? The whole McAfee didn't kill himself could be a very lucrative intellectual property, if you know what I'm saying. So when it comes to Janice's claims, I'm going to take them with a grain of salt. Speaking of misinformation. Was I speaking of misinformation? I don't even know. Federal court tosses antitrust suits against Facebook in huge blow to DC's fight with tech. This is breaking in the last couple of hours. ADC federal court on Monday. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not on the top of my game tonight. A DC federal court on Monday dismissed antitrust suits by the Federal Trade Commission and state attorneys general seeking to break up Facebook's social networking monopoly, dealing a massive blow to regulators' attempt to rein in Silicon Valley's giants. The ruling by the U.S. District Judge James Bosberg sent Facebook's stock market value surging past $1 trillion while generating new calls in Congress for rewriting the nation's antitrust laws to better address monopolistic abuses in the online world. Now, I'm not exactly familiar with U.S. antitrust laws, but god damn, if they don't apply to Facebook, what use are they? Now, I'm torn on this. I don't exactly know what happens to Facebook when you hit them with antitrust. What happens to Facebook when you break them up? And given history, like, you know, they broke up the Bells, it just became smaller subsidiaries of a larger company that was still operating in basically a regulated monopoly style fucking framework, we might just have to hit the stripping bear on the pole and let me call it a night and go back to playing Final Fantasy VII. You're right. I'm no good at this shit. No, we got more news to cover. So much shit going on. Bosberg's decision also went to the heart of Washington's court fights with Facebook and other huge tech platforms. As massive as they are, do they meet the legal definition of a monopoly? Facebook has 2.7 billion members worldwide, making it the world's largest social network. But Bosberg said prosecutors hadn't done a convincing enough job in defining what social networking is. I'm assuming this is a boomer judge who's like, can you tell me what the social network is, son? Here, can you help me get on Google? Or explaining their calculation that Facebook controls more than 60% of that market. Wow. Social networking services are free to use, and the exact meats or bounds of what even constitutes social networking, which features of a company's mobile app or website are included in that definition, which are excluded, are hardly crystal clear. This is according to Bosberg. The FTC's inability to offer any indication of the metrics or methods it used to calculate Facebook's market share renders its vague 60% plus assertion too speculative and conclusory to go forward. In a separate decision dismissing the state's case, Bosberg also found that state attorneys general waited too long to bring the suit, challenging Facebook's 2012 purchase of Instagram, a dominant platform for sharing photos, and its 2014 acquisition of WhatsApp, a messaging app popular around the globe. I wonder if there was something in an administration that happened in that time that would have prevented them from bringing it. A Facebook spokesperson welcomed the outcome. We are pleased that today's decision recognized the defects in the government complaints filed against Facebook. We compete fairly every day to earn people's... Well, that was a lie. We compete fairly every day to earn people's time and attention, and will continue to deliver great products for the people and businesses that use our services. The FTC and New York Attorney General Tish James didn't have an immediate comment on the decision. Bosberg gave state and federal prosecutors 3 days to file new antitrust complaints against Facebook that addresses his concern. But if his decision holds, the ruling threatens to offer a major roadblock to a DC tech agenda that had only been gaining momentum in the past 2 years. All right, so that I assume that's a state court ruling, right? A federal court ruling. Moving from federal court to the Supreme Court. Justice Clarence Thomas says federal laws against marijuana may no longer be necessary. Duh. Duh. Clarence Thomas, one of the Supreme Court's most conservative justices, said Monday that because of the hodgepodge of federal policies on marijuana, federal laws against its use or cultivation may no longer make sense. They have never made sense, Justice Thomas. His views came as the court declined to hear the appeal of a Colorado medical marijuana dispensary that was denied federal tax breaks that other businesses are allowed. Thomas said the Supreme Court's ruling in 2005 upholding federal laws making marijuana possession illegal may now be out of date, as if they weren't in fucking 2005. Federal policies of the past 16 years have greatly undermined its reasoning. He said the federal government's current approach is a half-in, half-out regime that simultaneously tolerates and forbids local use of marijuana. 36 states now allow medical marijuana and 18 also allow recreational use, but federal tax law does not allow marijuana businesses to deduct their business expenses, along with the fact that they can't use banking services. Dispensaries can't get banking services because it's illegal at the federal level. Not to mention all the tax breaks and shit that come with it. So, Thomas, for once, you are saying something that actually makes sense, you stupid fuck. And I'll talk to that. I don't know what it is. Hold on. You guys see me sit here and take bong rips all the time, but for some reason when I eat from my fucking glass piece, like it tears my lungs up. I don't know why. I take those big ass hits from the bong all the time. Holy shit. Alright, happy Pride Month, everyone. SCOTUS refused to take up a case about a transgender bathroom today. That left the ruling, which was a win for trans people, in place. The U.S. Supreme Court declined Monday to wade into a major controversy over the use of bathrooms by transgender students, delivering at least a temporary victory to the trans community. The court left in place a lower court decision declaring that local school boards may not require transgender high school students to use bathrooms that correspond to their sex listed at birth. The court's action puts an end to Gavin Grimm's 7-year fight against the Gloucester County, Virginia School District. Beginning in his freshman year in high school, Grimm identified as male and began taking hormones, but after he was initially allowed to use the boys' bathroom, the school board passed a ruling requiring transgender students to use bathrooms corresponding to their sex listed at birth. Since the case began, Grimm has graduated from high school. His case has gone up and down the federal court system twice, and the Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals has twice ruled in his favor. Now, the Supreme Court has formally put an end to his case, leaving his victory intact. We won. Honored to be a part of this victory. Grimm, now 22, tweeted earlier today. Fantastic news. Now, what's not fantastic news is apparently it's not even fucking news in this country, because I've barely heard a peep out of anybody about it. We are escalating tensions in Iran and Syria at this moment. U.S. troops came under rocket fire in Syria on Monday, but escaped injury. This is an apparent retaliation for weekend U.S. airstrikes against Iran-aligned militias in Syria and Iraq. A U.S. military spokesperson said U.S. forces had responded to multiple rockets by firing back at the positions in self-defense. There are no U.S. injuries and damage is being assessed, according to Colonel Wayne Morato. He did not say who was responsible for the attacks on U.S. troops. Now, we're reading from Reuters right now. I actually tried to go find an Al Jazeera because I trust them a lot more than I do a U.S. source. But when it comes to U.S. sources, Reuters is probably the best we're going to get in terms of bias and impartiality. Sources in eastern Syria said an Iran-backed militia group had fired a few artillery rounds in the vicinity of an Al-Omar oil field, which is controlled by the U.S.-backed Syrian Democratic Forces. The rocket fire underscored the risk of escalation and the limits of U.S. military firepower to restrain Iran-aligned militias that Washington blames for a series of increasingly sophisticated drone strikes against U.S. personnel and facilities in Iraq. They're drone striking you? Huh. They're drone striking the U.S. and the Middle East? Or the U.S. complaining about getting a taste of its own medicine? Hours earlier, U.S. Secretary of State Anthony Blinken and the White House had defended the U.S. strikes in Iraq and Syria on Sunday as a way to tamp down on the risk of conflict. Blinken said, "We took the necessary, appropriate, deliberate action that is designed to limit the risk of escalation, but also to send a clear and unambiguous deterrent message." So, hey, you know, things are already back to normal under the Biden administration. Iraqi militia groups aligned with Iran in a statement named 4 members of the Kataib Saeed al-Shahada faction, they said, were killed in an attack on the Syria-Iraq border. They vowed to retaliate. This is just a game of it's just a pissing contest. I piss on you, you piss on me. But it was not immediately clear who fired the latest salvo at U.S. forces. Iraq's government, wary of getting dragged into a U.S.-Iran conflict, had condemned U.S. strikes on its territory and said it would study all legal options to prevent such action from being repeated. Seems fair. Syria called the strikes a flagrant violation of the sanctity of Syrian and Iraqi lands. Iraq's military issued a condemnation of the U.S. strikes. The Iraqi and U.S. militaries coordinate closely in a separate battle in Iraq, fighting remnants of the Sunni extremist group Islamic State. It was the second time President Joe Biden had ordered retaliatory strikes against Iran-backed militias since taking office 5 months ago. He ordered limited strikes in Syria in February, that time in response to rocket attacks in Iran. So it's interesting seeing the neoliberal return to, you know, carrying out drone strikes, attacks, whereas the Trump administration was far more nefarious in the way they did it. They weren't overt about it. They were letting other groups do the fighting on behalf of the U.S., particularly Saudi Arabia. And you might have heard about something about Trump signing peace deals in the Middle East. That's not true. The peace deals were normalization of relations so that they could sell them weapons. Because, of course, that's what it always is about, right? The U.S. selling weapons to the rest of the world. All right, here we go. Trump returned to the campaign trail over the weekend. Trump hits Biden Democrats in post-presidential return to the rally stage. Are you guys ready to hear from the Trumpy boy?
Earlier this year, the Biden administration issued new rules pushing twisted, critical race theory into classrooms across the nation and also into our military, our generals, and our...
Apparently, Republicans are putting together a conference to talk about critical race theory. But I have a video of a teacher in Alabama that might show why critical race theory is needed, even though it's not being taught in schools.
Our admirals are now focused more on this nonsense than they are on our enemies. You see these generals lately on television?
So this asshole is attacking a decorated general. Now, fuck the generals. I don't give a shit. But he's referring to General Mark Milley. We played the clip that just destroyed the right-wing narrative on CRT. And you know what? Tucker Carlson got on TV and called him a pig. Because the right wing only gives a shit about the troops when they can use it to deflect from their shitty-ass policies. Just like they don't actually support the cops. They'll attack them the moment they turn against their political whims.
They are woke. They're woke. Our military will be incapable of fighting and incapable of taking orders. You're going to tell some private, stand up. You stand up.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did the military get bone spurs so they can't fucking serve?
Up right now. I'm not standing up. You can't talk to me that way, General. We're going to have a whole different ballgame here. I don't know how they're going to work that out.
Wait, what? They do not respect the troops in any way, shape, or form. The speech, which lasted more than an hour, highlighted a number of issues amplified in Republican circles, including opposition to critical race theory and rising crime rates. Now, I almost watched the rally and did it as a Patreon exclusive. I did that for his last speech.
The Biden administration issued
Shut the fuck up. We already heard from you. Former president also criticized Vice President Harris's visit to the U.S.-Mexico border last week, claiming the trip occurred after he announced his decision to visit the area. Because, yeah, everybody's just wanting to ride your coattails. The vice president is not a Republican, sir. Trump also repeated his unsupported claims that the 2020 election was rigged, calling the 2020 election the big lie. So he's taking the terminology that we have used to refer to his election claims and turning it around, referring to the election itself as the big lie. Smart rhetorical tactic. Dumb fucking man. The address was reminiscent of Trump's past rallies, with the former president hitting the news media and former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. His crowd of supporters launched into their, all familiar refrain. Actually, I have a video from Rumble of it.
Where a full congregation can't meet on Sunday morning. Your right to assemble.
Oh, it's Jim Jordan. Hey, look at you. You covered up sexual abuse at Ohio State University. Aren't you a moral and righteous individual that we should listen to?
I gave a speech 6 weeks ago to the New Mexico Republican Party in Amarillo, Texas, because they had to go to Texas to get freedom to assemble. In their own state, they weren't allowed to meet. That should never happen in this great country. You're right to...
And now, we're going to talk about the Delta variant coming up. It is getting ready to ravage pockets of the U.S. that are, like this, not likely to be vaccinated, still gathering in large crowds, not wearing masks. I'm correct.
Petition your government, so am I. That's why we got to keep fighting. Your right to petition your government.
Yo, Marky.
You can't go to your capital to petition your member of Congress to redress your...
Well, you can't go to the Capitol to try to stop a constitutionally mandated procedure, you dumb fuck. You can't attack the Capitol and smear shit on the walls and steal a door. They're chanting, "Lock her up," in front of a man that needs to be locked up for his culpability in covering up sexual abuse at Ohio State University. Lock him up, motherfuckers. Hell yeah, door.
Now, you saw where, speaking of the press, you saw where Vice President Harris finally went to the border, right? That's because President Trump's going there next week, of course, that she had to go. But think about this. The president wouldn't go to the border. Vice president wouldn't go to the border until just this past week. When Secretary Mayorkas went to the border, he wouldn't let...
And I still, like, the fucking... So far, Harris's office has been incredibly incompetent. But I would not doubt that she had already scheduled that trip. Trump somehow found out the information before it was actually announced, and then he announced he was going on his trip. Would not put it past him. Now, today was the deadline for some shit the Manhattan District Attorney gave the Trump legal team to submit some kind of argument. The legal team says that Trump won't be charged this week. A lawyer for former President Donald Trump said Monday that the Manhattan District Attorney does not plan to charge Mr. Trump in the first indictment expected this week, and will not indict the Trump Organization on charges related to allegations of hush money payments and manipulation of real estate values. Remember, this is coming to us from the Trump legal team, so not necessarily true, but I wouldn't doubt that they're going to hit some other people with indictments, try to get them to flip, to bolster their case before they ever hit Trump with an indictment. This does not mean that Trump will not be indicted. A New York attorney representing Mr. Trump said Manhattan District Attorney Cy Vance made the disclosure at a meeting last week. The first indictment is expected to come down later this week. They just said when the indictment comes down, he won't be charged. But Mr. Fischetti, that's the lawyer I referenced, did not rule out the possibility of Mr. Trump being charged at a later date, noting the investigation is ongoing. Danny Frost, a spokesperson for Mr. Vance, declined to comment when contacted by the Washington Times. Mr. Trump, in a statement, slammed the investigation as a partisan political probe. I'm sure he called it a witch hunt. Greatest fraud ever perpetrated on the American people. Whatever the fuck. You know the hits. Now, more information coming out about Trump's mindset post-election, and then Barr and McConnell's response to it. Barr describes his break with Trump and bullshit claims of election fraud. Now, this story is still going to infuriate you, because to me, it still seems like the Republicans are putting party over country, even though they recognize 100% what is going on. Former Attorney General William Barr bluntly dismissed some of former President Donald Trump's election fraud allegations as bullshit in new interviews published Sunday in The Atlantic. My attitude was it was put up or shut up time, Barr recalled at one point. If there was evidence of fraud, I had no motive to suppress it. But my suspicion all the way along was that there was nothing there. It was all bullshit. Comment was part of multiple interviews Barr did this spring with ABC News' Jonathan Karl, who wrote the Atlantic article describing Barr's break with Trump in the aftermath of the 2020 election. Trump lost that election to now President Biden, but had sought to overthrow the will of the voters by pushing a mix of conspiracy theories and outright falsehoods, claiming he had actually won key states. And it is still amazing to me that he would have fucking got away with it if they were smarter. If it had been fucking Dick Cheney and George W. Bush trying to pull this shit, they would have done it. If it was a more competent administration, they would have gotten away with it. This still blows my fucking mind. Trump was clearly hoping that Barr's Justice Department would help him in that effort. Barr had been widely seen as a Trump loyalist, and the Attorney General had drawn widespread criticism for his rollout of the Mueller report. But Barr instead publicly undermined Trump's false allegations of voter fraud not strong enough. In a December 2020 interview with the Associated Press, Barr said, "To date, we have not seen fraud on a scale that could have affected a different outcome in the election." You know what, Barr? That complete bullshit quote would have been a hell of a lot more useful. Trump and his allies had been pushing a number of discredited claims, including one that voting machines were switching votes from Trump to Biden. We realized that from the beginning it was bullshit, Barr told The Atlantic of the idea that voting machines were changing votes. In The Atlantic, Barr said then Majority Leader Mitch McConnell had been encouraging him to speak out about the election. "Bill, I look around and you are the only person who can do it," McConnell reportedly told Barr. Trump was apparently livid with Barr for his comments to the AP. "How the fuck could you do this to me? Why did you say it?" Trump told Barr in a White House meeting, according to The Atlantic. "Because it's true," Barr responded. "You must hate Trump. You must hate Trump," Trump continued. "Motherfucker, anybody with a brain should hate Trump." In the tense White House meeting, Trump reportedly confronted Barr with a litany of complaints ranging from falsehoods about the election results to how the Justice Department conducted itself during the campaign. About 2 weeks later, Trump tweeted out Barr's resignation letter, of which a substantial portion was dedicated to praising the president. Trump issued a lengthy statement Sunday night denouncing Barr for his comments in The Atlantic. He attacked both Barr and McConnell as spineless Republicans in name only for not backing his conspiracies about the election. Yes, McConnell and Barr are Republicans in name only. Holy fuck. The men who have been actual Republicans way longer than Donald Trump. Jesus. He came in with a semi-bang and went out with a whimper, the former president said in part. Bill Barr was a disappointment in every sense of the word. This motherfucker really wanted to take over the government. That's all he wanted. He would have took nothing short of that. Jesus Christ. And they would have gotten away with it. If it wasn't for that pesky COVID almost. Think about it, man. Like, Joe Biden would have won. But had COVID not hit, there probably would have been a couple 100,000 in Wisconsin, in Michigan, Georgia. And we'd be in a completely different situation right now. And I don't know what that world would have looked like. And the mail campaign is so wild because Republicans have historically been the ones promoting mail-in voting because they tend to appeal to older people and it makes it easier for older people to vote. And then Trump just came in and completely disregarded, like, I can show you videos of Republicans from a few years ago talking about how great mail-in voting is and encouraging their voters to do it. But I mean, it's just another example about how the right has no fucking principles. They're just a bunch of grifters, that's all it is. Conservatives hold conference on banning critical race theory and Common Core. This is coming to us from the Alabama Political Reporter. Brandon Mosley, my friend, never says a bad thing about Republicans, so this is going to be a very slanted article. The Republican women of Shelby County on Wednesday held a joint session with Alabama Eagle Forum and the Alabama Conservative Coalition to urge the Alabama School Board and the legislature to abolish Common Core education. They don't even know what Common Core is, just like they don't know what critical race theory is. And ban instruction of critical race theory in Alabama's public education system. Over 40 people attended Saturday's conference at New Hope Cumberland Presbyterian Church in Indian Springs. The event had been scheduled for June 19th, but was postponed a week due to Tropical Storm Claudette. Republican Women of Shelby County President Robin Lideker is a former teacher. Alabama Common Core opponents say that the Alabama College and Career Ready Standards is simply the Common Core standards reworded. Well, then why in the fuck would you care? If it's the same thing, why would you have to pass legislation to block it? Is that a threat or an invite, Lisa? I don't know which way to take that. But you know, I wonder, do you think there might be racists in the Alabama school system that would be against the teaching of anything that might illuminate their students? Because I might be able to show you evidence of racist teachers in the Alabama school system. Alabama teacher resigns after homophobic racist slurs caught on video. We're going to get to watch the video, of course. Ooh. It's got some crazy music under it. I guess content warning. It sounded like an offer. I didn't know if it was a threat or an offer.
You treated everybody you've been with the same way you.
Who does right with you? Because your wife fucked niggers your whole fucking marriage.
You've treated everybody the same way you're treating me.
By you?
You treated Charlie this way. You treated Jason this way.
By you? You a fucking liar. Fuck you.
Well, beyond her overt racism and bigotry. The woman clearly has some fucking issues. She's slinging shit around. What the fuck?
Who you talking to? You recording it? You recording it? Good. I'm gonna show them all this shit that you do to me. Nobody should live like that. The police know you because you did the same.
Oh, she's gonna show all the shit he does. Well, and let's not even get into like, why is the way the man's sitting triggering you, woman? No, she's clearly not okay.
Everybody in this town knows about you, dude.
But this is the exact kind of person that you know was at that fucking meeting talking about how they need to ban critical race theory.
Go stick a dildo in your asshole, faggot.
Omega Karen.
You fat fucking slob. Keep smoking, keep smoking your cigarettes and just fucking have your baby.
But I guarantee they ain't gonna be a retard like your fucking grandson.
Wait, and she's smoking while she's pregnant. Oh my god, this woman just keeps getting worse.
Everybody's a fucking retard.
You're sick. That's mean.
You're fucking.
Wow.
We want to make sure that the trailer trash Lindsay has everything she wants.
And that, the what? And now she's like teaching the baby her bigotry.
She can shack up with her brother. We gotta buy her a car to go to school. We gotta pay her insurance. And she's never had
Alabama incarnate. Yes. I can say that because I'm sitting in fucking Alabama. Fuck. Holy shit. And she keeps like, be sure to tell your lawyer I have pictures of you.
Hello? Please quit.
She keeps threatening other people.
jackets, all my fucking jackets and shit.
They're in that fucking boat suitcase.
My new fucking jacket?
Fuck. It may not be, I don't know. I put the sweaters in there. I don't know about the new jacket. Fuck. You'll get the new jacket. Don't worry about that.
I need it. I need to wear it tomorrow.
I don't give a fuck. You got to, I'm not doing this
I
to live.
fucking need it.
I don't give a fuck.
Wear it tomorrow.
Oh shit.
Hello. Please get off my ass.
Where are my glasses?
Listen how stupid you sound.
Oh dude, come on. That woman's been pegging you for years. Admit it. She's clearly dominating you. Because I'm assuming that's her dude that's in the videos that we're watching, and that's where this footage came from. But like, what kind of a shit person are you that you let her be a teacher for years when you're sitting on all this evidence?
I'm asking you a question. Where are my glasses?
In the back seat of your car, right behind the driver's side seat.
Where?
Driver's side seat. I mean, the passenger side.
Do you just fucking throw them?
No, I threw them in there. I set them on the front seat, but they fell over to the back. Your glasses are fine, just like your phone's fine, just like you're fucking fine.
No, you fucking.
She is not fine. She is not fine at all.
Fucking case slamming it on the fucking floor.
And that poor child. Wow. Now, ladies and gentlemen, back to the actual story, the breaking news today regarding this. She wasn't fired. She resigned. I'm going to butcher this name. I'm sorry. The Conocook County teacher resigned on Friday after a video surfaced of her using homophobic, racist, and ableist slurs. The Southside Preparatory Magnet Academy teacher and coach Olivia Stephen Squires is shown in videos engaging in heated arguments with her child's father, throwing objects at him and calling him offensive names. Wow. Well, no. Like, I'm not gonna king shame it. Like, I bet she's fine. I had a dude on Grindr tell me the other day that I was crazy, but his asshole likes crazy, so. Stephen Squires appeared before the Connaught County Board of Education with an audience of upset parents and resigned 5 minutes into the special called meeting. The board said that she requested resignation before a decision on punishment could be decided. Okay, she preempted them. Parents of so she was going to get fired at that meeting, hopefully. For the love of God. Parents of students at the school were putting pressure on the County Board of Education and superintendent to take action against the teacher prior to the resignation. By the way, as we're on the topic right now, I didn't put the story up here, but apparently people lost their minds about a gay kiss at the BET Awards last night. I didn't think Lil Nas X was my type, but I keep getting a boner every time he's on my TV. I don't know what's up. Happy Pride, everybody. Stephen Squires reportedly posted an apology on Facebook. Really? I bet her Facebook is closed down. I'd love to see that apology. Efforts by AL.com to reach her for comment were not immediately successful. Despite Stephen Squires' hasty resignation, Superintendent Tanya Bozeman said she hopes that those the teacher's words have affected can begin to heal. Wow. So there you go. Now, Republicans in Alabama think that making sure you can't teach critical race theory in schools is the most pressing issue. I would think getting the racist out of Alabama schools would be the most pressing issue. But that's just me. Speaking of Pride Month, another good story. Another feel-good story. I guess. I'm not a fan of pageants. I think they're stupid. I think they're exploitive. I think they should be banned entirely. I think beauty pageants are absolutely fucking stupid. But if you're going to have them, be inclusive. And we are going to get the very first trans woman to compete for the Miss USA title. Miss Nevada is trans. Let's watch this.
One major local beauty pageant. A transgender person is now the reigning queen. Kim Passoff spoke with her, and Kim, she won the Miss Silver State. That's the biggest preliminary competition for the Miss Nevada USA pageant.
Yeah, that's right, John. Catalina Enriquez, who is transgender, has won transgender pageant.
I don't want to say it because I don't want to, fetishize, sexualize trans people, but it's a beauty pageant. Damn, she's stunning. Wow.
Before, and she's entered cisgender competitions, but this is a monumental win. She will now compete for Miss Nevada USA, the state pageant leading to Miss USA and Miss Universe, pageants that were once owned by Donald Trump and two of the most coveted crowns in the pageant world.
The Silver State USA is Miss Catalina Enriquez.
I have not seen any right-wing outrage about this because it's been overshadowed by Gwen Berry, who we're going to talk about next. That's what they've been all upset about today. But I'm sure it's coming. I'm sure Tucker or somebody's going to have a piece on that this week. Very good point, Lisa.
Almost everything about pageants, the glitz, the glamour.
Good Lord.
From a pageant that not only welcomed her, but embraced her.
The Silver State competition was a great experience to me. It was honestly a celebration of womanhood and diversity and just a celebration of being your true self.
But the road to the crown has not been that of beauty.
Ma'am, between you and Little Nas X, I'm going to have to get some bigger pants.
I had mixed emotions and mixed experiences when it came to competitions.
In another pageant, not in Nevada, when organizers found out she was trans, everything changed.
I was asked to provide documents that were invasive, in my opinion. Basically asking me to get a letter from my doctor.
She was required to meet with a doctor who had to examine her and certify that she was female before Kat could compete. Something not required.
How degrading!
The pageant. At the same pageant, every other contestant was assigned a roommate except her. She does not want us to name that pageant in this report for fear of jeopardizing her chances in future competitions.
It brought me back to the times where I was just often being told that I'm not welcome.
Kat says discrimination is something she, like all transgender people, must face. Awareness of the transgender community is now Cataluna's pageant platform.
It gives you a higher purpose.
Cataluna says she was scared
Good.
at first, but she had no issues at the preliminary pageant here in Las Vegas. She won the local title, openly disclosing she is a trans person. She's now looking
Titty
for
slickers.
the next big stage, the Miss Nevada USA pageant in June.
I have a great feeling about Nevada as well, and I'm looking forward to it.
Listen to my accent. Do I sound like a city slicker to
Change
you?
does not come easily and understands that some beauty pageants may not be ready for a transgender title holder. Fox 5 looked at the rules of the pageant that she said discriminated against her, and nowhere does it say that competitors must be born female. We'll keep you updated on how she does in the state competition coming up in June. For now, live.
Well, of course, because she was born biologically male, that gives her an advantage in the weightlifting competition. Duh. Right-wingers are morons. And nothing illustrates that point more than this very story right here. So we're going to actually hear from Gwen Berry about why she turned away, because one of the things, looking at all the comments about what she did, nobody ever addressed what she had to say about it. It was their feelings about how they were hurt by her free speech. She didn't stand for the Magic Flag song. Track and field athlete Gwen Berry created controversy when she turned away from the American flag as the national anthem played while she stood on the podium receiving a bronze medal in the hammer throw Saturday at the U.S. Olympic Track and Field Trials in Eugene, Oregon. Berry, an outspoken activist who was placed on probation in 2019 for raising a fist during a medal ceremony. Wow. During the 2019 Pan American Games. And where are all the right-wingers? Why are they not calling this cancel culture? Why are they on the other side? Why are they trying to silence her speech? So she faced the stands instead of the flag as the song played before draping her head in a shirt that had activist athlete written on it. Oh, I've been on several rants tonight. Berry, 31, said she believes the anthem was intentionally played to coincide with her actions. I feel like it was a setup and they did it on purpose, she said. According to ESPN, I was pissed, to be honest. In March, the U.S. Olympic Committee outlined specific demonstrations that are allowed, but turning your back on the flag is not among them. Berry said, they said they were going to play it before we walked out. Then they played it when we were out there. But I didn't really want to talk about the anthem because that's not important. The anthem doesn't speak for me. It never has. Doesn't speak for me. And if you think it speaks for you, try reading the other verses to it. And then tell me that song speaks for you. Do it. Do it. Right now. Google it. Look it up. Do it. Berry, who competed in the 2016 Olympics but did not medal, also didn't back down while addressing what happened on her Instagram page. I said what I said. I meant what I said. Stop playing with me. Period. And nothing triggers idiotic right-wing white conservative men like a strong black female that speaks her mind. Barry will be going to the Tokyo Olympics and hopes to raise awareness for what she believes is a bigger issue than athletics. My purpose and my mission is bigger than sports, she said. I'm here to represent those who died due to systematic racism. That's the important part. That's why I'm going. That's why I'm here today. I'm glad you brought that up about the lady that won gold at the Sydney Olympics. Because I actually saw somebody saying like, well, they don't do it in other countries. And I'm like, did you ever look up if that's true before you made that assertion? You are exactly right. I hope she doesn't get COVID. And that is a great segue into the next block of stories here. Japan ups health controls as Olympic athletes test positive. Holy shit. So let's talk about COVID tonight because I think we're fucked. I think we're fucked. Looking at the stories coming out of Israel that we're going to talk about here in a second, and this mass gathering that's getting ready to take place in 2-3 weeks now? A month-long event where millions of people are going to be gathered in a place where 13% vaccinated? Apparently Japan says they can't cancel the Olympics. It's not up to them. It is the IOC, the International Olympic Committee, and they say it's going forward no matter what. Japanese Prime Minister Yoshihide Suga, I don't think I said that right, pledged Monday to strengthen health controls at airports after a Ugandan Olympic team member tested positive for COVID-19 at the town hosting their training camp, triggering concerns that the upcoming games will spread infections. Oh, honey, it's going to spread infections. Don't ever fucking call me a liberal. Don't you ever come in this stream and call me a liberal, okay? Yet. Sorry, I'm just playing with you. Welcome, QT! Cutie Pancakes! Oh, no. The flag behind me is my own original design. You can buy it at the Freak store. It says right-wingers are morons. And if you were to sub to me on Twitch, you can get the moron snake as an emote. A Ugandan team member, reportedly a coach, tested positive on Saturday at Tokyo's Narita airport and was quarantined there, but the rest of the 9-person team was allowed to travel more than 500 kilometers on a chartered bus to the pre-Olympics camp in the western prefecture of Osaka. 3 days later, a second Ugandan also tested positive for the virus, forcing 7 town officials and drivers who had close contact with the team to self-isolate. The team members were quarantined at a local hotel. Well, I mean, it is the pride flag, but if you'll notice, I did something special to it. First of all, it's a Stonewall for very obvious reasons, and it also has the trans flag within it. Show us where on the doll where the rainbow flag hurts you. Show us on the doll where CRT hurts you. Concerns escalated after it was announced that both Ugandans had the Delta variant of the virus, which is believed to spread more easily. Now, I talked about it on the stream that I've been going out, and I went out maskless the last couple of weeks. I'm going to stop that. I'm not that. Nope. And I'm only going to eat on outdoor patios, and I'm probably going to stop going outside within the next month, because this shit is going to... Yes, you call me a liberal again. What the hell? This shit is going to spread like wildfire, especially in places like where I'm at, where we have a low vaccination rate. Bunch of Trump supporters. Now, hopefully, it'll help the electorate and it'll take out a bunch of stupid people. We'll get like the Darwin Award kind of deal going on, and maybe 2022 won't be a slaughter in the congressional races. Trying to put a happy face on it. Yes, until October. There's come October, I'm going to be wearing the N95 again. Shit. Weird. I mean, when I go out, like, the only time I've not worn a mask, it was because I fucking forgot it, was when we went out to dinner the other night. It's not going to be. I think through the stories that we're getting ready to weed. I've not been on the top of my game tonight. Maybe I'm not high enough. Maybe I'm too high. I don't know. But from the stories that we're getting ready to read, it really seems like vaccinated people can spread it really easily. We've already got the Delta Plus variant going around. It's going to mutate to be vaccine resistant. So I feel like we need to, if we are smart right now, let's pay everybody to stay home right now. July, August. Stop the spread dead in its tracks. Because if we don't, and I don't even know if we could stop it at this point, we're just going to be living with it for the rest of our lives. We're going to have to get vaccines probably every 6 months, at least at first, until it mutates enough to be less deadly and shit. And then it'll be like the flu vaccine. We'll have to get it every year, coming up on like the COVID period. Yeah, the Delta Plus variant. And I wouldn't doubt that by the time the Olympics are done, that the Olympics have produced some other Delta Plus XXX fucking variant. Yeah. Well, I don't know how much longer I'm going to go out. Like, I don't think I'm going to go in an indoor restaurant again at all. Because they're talking like this Delta variant spreads with just like minute contact. I don't think I'm going indoors to a restaurant again at all. I think I will eat outdoors and I will have my mask on. Yes. Rent moratoriums, clean the slate on rent. I love it. You're exactly right. Snap lockdown. We're going to talk about that here in a second. So, Chief Cabinet Secretary, I cannot say that name. I'm not even going to, I'm going to pay him respect and not butcher it. Later Monday said Japan plans to step up quarantine requirements for Olympic athletes and other participants from areas where the Delta strain has been detected by requiring daily virus tests for 7 days. That's not going to help. This shit spreads. This shit spreads before you test positive for it. That's not going to help, motherfuckers. Yeah. Just passing in the hallway with no like actual contact. You're right. That's why it's fucking scary. The Ugandan case illustrated that Japan's border health controls can easily be breached. Osaka governor said that the entire team should have been quarantined at the airport. Yeah. Security theater. That's exactly what it is. This is security theater. This is to assure people or make people think that they have safety so we can do the capitalist thing and make the money and hold the Olympics. That's all this is about. No matter what measures you take, infected people will come in and it is unavoidable, Japanese Olympic Committee president said at a news conference in Tokyo. Sounds like you should call them off. Sounds like you should fucking call them off. Oh, Jesus. This is not looking good. So, yeah, let's talk about the mutations. Here's a piece in the Wall Street Journal detailing how the mutations are shaping the pandemic. So you see the red, the Delta variant here. This is the Alpha variant. This is the prevalence of coronavirus lineage variants in the U.S. Based on a recent government projection, the Delta variant of the COVID-19 virus could become the dominant type of the coronavirus in the U.S. within a month, making it one of the most aggressive variants to take hold in the country. And remember, we also have something called Delta Plus, has been detected in like 2 states at least. So that probably means it's in 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 already. Delta is the latest in a series of variants that have spread throughout the U.S. Like all viruses, coronaviruses mutate as they reproduce. Some of these genetic changes make them better at infecting human cells or evading our immune defenses. As newer, better adapted variants emerge, they push aside earlier versions of the virus. Here's a look at how the process has played out across the U.S. since the start of the pandemic. This is the A1, descended from the ancestral version of the COVID-19 virus that was first detected in China. The A1 lineage is associated with some of the earliest cases of COVID-19 in the U.S. The B1 was associated with the early 2020 outbreak in northern Italy. The virus developed a mutation which helped make it better at infecting cells, allowing it to outcompete earlier variants. The B1 lineage went on to become the dominant version both globally and in the U.S. Regional variants, the Epsilon and the Iota. As U.S. COVID-19 cases were hitting new highs last winter, scientists detected increased presence of 2 variants in New York and California. The variants are now referred to as the Epsilon for California and the Iota for New York's. The WHO began calling significant variants by letters of the Greek alphabet to destigmatize countries in which they were first detected. I have tickets to Modest Mouse in either the last week of September or the first week in October. And I was going to go to Bonnaroo. And just like, I've been hesitant to buy the tickets to Bonnaroo because they're really expensive and they're also sold out already. So I'm going to have to buy them on the secondary market so they're even more expensive. I don't think I'm going to go to Bonnaroo. And believe me, there are a lot of bands at Bonnaroo I want to see. I don't think I'm going to go to Bonnaroo. But now, like, I'm like... Should I even go to I think it's outdoors, though. I think Modest Mouse is outdoors. Because that was my birthday present to myself. They went on sale on my birthday. I bought myself tickets to Modest Mouse. This will be the 3rd time I've seen them. The Gathering of the Juggalos is next month, right? So that's not as... Summer is not as worrisome. Because I think the Gathering of the Juggalos is end of July or beginning of August. So, and it's like out in a fucking field somewhere, isn't it? So that's not as concerning. But once we get to fall, holy shit. Don't be indoors in big crowds in fall. And that's another thing. Wrestling, WWE, this was their last pay-per-view without fans. They're going back to touring. They're having SummerSlam at like a fucking stadium in Las Vegas where they're wanting like 50,000 people. There you go, camping. That's a good thing to do. Great idea for this time period, camping. So the Alpha variant, first detected in December in the UK. The Alpha variant combines an arsenal of mutations that help make it about 50% more transmissible than earlier versions of the virus. By March, it had pushed aside other variants to become the dominant type nationally. Which brings us to the Delta variant, was first detected in India last October, where it helped fuel a devastating COVID-19 surge that set records for new infections and is still going on. Now they're getting a grip on it because, like, They've able to catch up with supply of oxygen and shit like that. But it's still ravaging India. Delta has several of the mutations found in other variants, as well as related mutations affecting the same stretches of genetic code. Researchers think it's about 60% more transmissible than the Alpha variant. And that variant has already spread to more than 70 countries. Okay, I don't know who this person is, but it looks like they're going to tell us something important. Let's hear from them.
Around the world, do you expect the Delta variant to spread at this point? And
yes, the misinformation in India. Vice has a fantastic. I think it was like one of those they do a sit down with the reporters that they sent to cover a story like in the aftermath, and I think that's what I was watching. And it goes into like Modi and like proclaiming that they had been able to beat the virus, you know, as the election was going on, and going to Bengal and holding these giant rallies and saying, "Oh, we defeated it," as it was like getting ready to be at its worst. I highly recommend that documentary. Vice does a fantastic job.
how present is it in the US?
Yeah. Well, it's really difficult to predict. But if we take the fact that it's more transmissible than the B1.
Trump, but smarter and more cunning, and he actually has the bona fides. Modi actually came from a farming working class family. Was dirt fucking poor. Huh? Okay, maybe there's like 2 people on YouTube, but there's a bunch on Twitch. Hater proof. What's going on, dude? Oh, he wants me to smoke a bong, he says. Okay, hold on, I gotta go get my bong. I've been smoking the pipe. I gotta turn down smoking a bong. Trump is still my president. Well, that's a stupid thing to say. I want whatever you're smoking, dude. Shit. Ha! You think Trump is still president? Fuck me. Is that a Q on your profile pic? Holy shit. I didn't even know that there were people that would still show their face with the Q shit anymore now that Watkins was exposed. The facts, man. The election was thrown. Oh, God. Hey, hater proof, why don't you give us a call, 917-830-4359, or hop in the Discord. The link is right below, down in the description. We can smoke a bong together and we can talk about this election. Oh, this motherfucker's done cracked the Da Vinci Code in here. Oh, shit. Please call in, dude. I want to yak with you. Give us a ringy ding ding. You seem like you'd be a lot of fun. Come on, hater proof. I'll be happy to answer all your questions. 917-830-4359. Or just tell me if you hop in the Discord. 917-830-4359. It is on screen. I'm pretty sure it's also down in the description. Got the electile dysfunction. I'm trying to not type it. God damn. Right-wingers are morons. God damn. Shit, my cursor wasn't even in the window. I forgot it for a second. God damn. There you go. Oh, we're hanging, man. We ain't going anywhere. Nobody is gonna miss this shit. I promise you. Trump is president. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
What's up, dude?
Not a thing. What's up with you? I was just getting ready to hit this bong.
Yeah, I'm home, getting ready to pack one of these big fat nugs up, Chief. What's good, dude? You just start broadcasting on YouTube, did you, or what, man?
What do you mean by that? We've been on for about an hour and a half.
Because you're on experience, dude. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying because, you know, there's only a few people in here, and, well, I'm figuring you'll probably grow eventually, right?
Most of the people on YouTube are watching the clips of the show. People watching me live are on Twitch. Do you not see all the people commenting in the chat?
Yeah, me and one other dude. That's about it. But I mean, you know, that's all right. You get more people, they'll start coming in. Hang on, dude. I'm mixing a cup of coffee real quick here. And I got some nugs I'm working on drying up and shit, dude. I gotta have my coffee, as you've heard, dude, and shit, right? So yeah.
Dude, criticize me a little more, man.
All right, man. You want to know the deal, dude? All right, I'm going to tell you about it. About Leonardo da Vinci, the system. It's a satellite system, okay? And the fucking Italians, they used it to fucking remote the polling fucking stations. That's why there was data spikes at like 2, 3 o'clock in the fucking morning. That's why they're doing what's called a forensic audit right now in all the states. Because when they get all that information,
the woman,
Trump never succeeded.
The woman that promoted the claim that you just made is a batshit crazy liar. She is a grifter from Virginia. John Oliver actually did a piece on her last night.
Went on in Italy, dude, with the 2 guys that got fucking arrested and shit.
The fucking Italians. What?
Now let me. Hey, here's another conspiracy for you. All right. How about Nashville?
What about Nashville? I'm not far from Nashville right now.
What was across the street from fucking Hooters when supposedly a crazy guy in a camper blew himself up? Is that what you believe, or did you see the video on YouTube that showed the fucking heat signature coming out of the sky?
The heat signature coming out of the sky! Yes, I believe that the dude blew himself up because I have his fucking manifesto. I have the police reports.
I believe it was a Fed Javelin missile because the FBI needed to get fucking jurisdiction to get into the AT&T building, which held the data nodes to fucking the entire eastern seaboard, Atlanta, and all the other fucking places that they had the backups on for their communications that showed that they were fucking guilty. Yeah, and you know what? Listen. And do you know what model? Do you know what model that falls under? It's called Hegelian dialectic. Do you know what Hegelian dialectic is? Justin Freakin. Do you know what that is?
Some shit you made up.
No. Hegelian dialectic is thesis, antithesis, synthesis. You know what that is? It's like problem.
No, tell me, please tell me.
Justin, let me give you an example of it, okay? Let me give you an example of thesis, antithesis, synthesis, okay?
Yeah.
And I are neighbors, you and I are neighbors.
Technically,
right,
you would be better on my friends Echoplex. They do conspiracy theories. Like they would rather talk to you because I don't know anything about this shit. They know all about that shit.
Hey, we know it's not a conspiracy that McCaffrey's fucking son had an apartment in the building collapse in Miami, right?
Huh? You mean John McAfee?
Yeah, McAfee. You didn't know his son had an apartment. Apartment.
Wait a minute. Are you trying to tell me that there's some nefarious thing going on in this apartment building that like they ruled it structural deficient like 5 fucking years ago? It wasn't just capitalism not repairing a fucking building.
Are we gonna have the same are we gonna have the same fucking commission that did 911 for the removal come in and take all the shit away, or did the fire in the basement that
Wait a minute. Are you 9/11 conspiracy theorist too?
Well, what do you think about 9/11?
That I used to be a
what do you-
9/11. That I used to be exactly like you. That I was a 9/11 conspiracy theorist up until I went back to college and got a philosophy degree and learned logic.
Well, what do you know about this? What do you know about the Silversteins and about insurance and about Building 7 and about other?
I've
things
heard
that were
all
said?
your. I've watched the same fucking movies that you have. Loose Change, Zeitgeist, all that bullshit.
You think it's bullshit?
Yes, I absolutely. I not only think it's bullshit, I know for a fact it's bullshit.
How do you know that it's bullshit?
Oh, make a claim, motherfucker. Tell me. What do you think convinces you? What's the number one piece of evidence that convinces you that 9/11 was? And what's your conspiracy exactly? That was an inside job? That Bush did it?
Well, I mean, what do you know about Saudis?
Oh, no, the Saudis were involved in it. That's not a conspiracy. That's not a fucking conspiracy.
Oh, and Hegelian dialectic's a conspiracy. Cultural Marxist practice is a conspiracy too, right? Political correctness and critical theory that just came up with at the Frankfurt Institute because Marxism failed. Because the
you like to throw around fucking phrases you think sound scary is what it is.
Oh, that's not scary. This is history, bud. And if you don't know your history, then you need to go back and read a fucking book.
I know my fucking history.
Okay,
Yo,
well,
stay on the fucking point, dude. What was the number one piece of evidence?
That you're subverted and
tell me what the number one piece of evidence is for 9/11.
Are you gonna fucking keep interrupting me, or are you gonna ask me a question? Let me respond.
I want you to stay on the topic. What's your number one piece of evidence for whatever you believe about 9/11?
Thermite.
Thermite.
Yeah. What? It's all over everything. You can see
Okay,
it
you like
stuff.
YouTube videos, right? That's where you're getting your information from, right? There is a YouTube channel called Miles Powers.
Yeah,
type
sure, whatever.
Miles
dude, I don't give a shit about
Powers
that. How about
and
the
type in
fucking- how about the
thermite,
Israeli team
and
that
he
was
will
in there 2 weeks
explain
beforehand?
why your conspiracy is bullshit.
Why was there a team in there for 2 weeks prior to the fucking collapse? And what do you think the
What does that
Muslim
mean?
religion, and what do you think any finance? Where do you think the cabal originated? Where do you think communism, National Socialism, Maoism, Stalinism?
I don't think you know what any of those fucking words mean.
No. Listen. Where do you think they originated from originally?
Maoism originated with Mao. Stalinism originated with Stalin.
Communism, Stalinism, cultural Marxism.
Cultural
fucking
Marxism
national
is something the
socialism.
Nazis said in order to paint the
Listen,
Jews
listen.
as
Where do they all
undesirable.
have an origin? Bavaria, Germany, dude, in the Southwest. It's called Bavarian Luciferianism. Are you aware of what that is? You know what Bavarian?
Are you an Alex
Luciferianism-
Jones fan?
No, I don't really care for Alex Jones, man.
You do. Don't you watch InfoWars, don't you?
Well, you know what? Your critical theory, do you know what critical theory is? It's one of the two long arms of cultural Marxism besides political correctness. See, now you're using critical theory, which is to criticize me because you're inferior to my knowledge. And that's fucking hilarious, dude. It really is. I laugh at it. That's probably why you have 2 fucking users. Well, now you got 3 because I'm here in your room. Because you don't have an understanding of fucking history, but yet you have a "don't tread on me" flag. Is that what that says back there? Or
No, it says right-wingers are morons, because they fucking are.
Oh yeah, that's what it says back there.
Yes.
Well, I'm just wondering. So if you don't know about cultural Marxism and you don't know about Marxism,
What is please, what is cultural Marxism? Please define it.
Political correctness and critical theory. It was devised because Marxism failed.
What does that mean?
It's a culture war. It's a. What does that mean? What is political correctness and critical theory? Critical theory is just to criticize. All right, I got one for you. All cops are pigs. Is that true? All pastors are pedos. Anything with any moral and ethical ambiguity in the United States, right, is to be fucking shunned. Anything.
Okay.
Is
What's
to be
your?
shunned.
I think you're describing. I think you're just.
The rule of law. We don't need the fucking rule.
Hold on,
of
hold
law
on, hold on,
because
dude.
we
Hold
don't-
on, hold on,
no,
dude.
because
Hold
we don't
on,
follow
hold on,
the
hold
rule
on,
of
hold
law,
on.
right? Isn't that what you
Let me
guys
ask.
think?
Are you describing? So, like, what you just described, like all pastors are pedos. That's called a hasty generalization fallacy in logic. Is that what you're trying to describe?
No, I'm saying one of the first places that they went was into our churches and our seminaries and our educational systems because of indoctrinatorial reasons and to overthrow Christianity because it was a degradation toward Western.
Do you believe in
Western
Jesus?
Christian value, Christmas or Krishna or Western Christian value. The same thing that our U.S. Constitution is based upon.
It's not. Do you believe in Jesus?
God, okay? God.
You believe in Jesus?
I believe in God.
You believe in Jesus?
What, the Son of Christ?
You believe in the Christian God?
The Son of God? The
You
Son
belie-
of God, Christ, Jesus? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, I believe in that.
Why the
I believe
fuck
in
would you
Holy
believe in
Spirit,
that?
too. Why would I believe in God?
Mm-hmm.
Because God is fucking real, that's why. And if you don't believe, you'll find out down the road.
Ooh, I'll find out down the road. Ooh, I'm real scared.
Hey, nobody can lead a dumb fucking donkey to a lake of knowledge and make them drink. The donkey will stand there at the lake of knowledge and they'll dehydrate and die right in front of you. You understand that? There's nothing that I can do for you if I can't save you for God.
What? That's not
if it is
true.
real?
That's
What if
not
your
true. A donkey will.
Wait a minute. What if your misconception of God and your non-belief in God isn't even accurate? What if that? What if?
Oh, that's called Pascal's wager, and that was originally meant to mock religious people.
Hold on a minute. Hold on a minute. What is? Do you have a higher power? How about that? Let me ask you that. Just freaking. Do you have a higher power?
Dies ipsi sum.
Well, you know what? In the United States, because of certain unalienable God-given rights, because we're a country, right, that's free, right? You have the right
There
to
are no such
practice
things
that
as
religion.
God-given rights.
You have the right to practice Satanism. You have the right to practice
There is no such thing as
Christianity.
God-given
You can be-
rights.
Hey, listen. You can do whatever the fuck you want to believe.
What
in
you're
here,
referring to is
okay?
natural rights, but like there's no God-given rights.
No, those are God-given rights.
No,
Certain
no,
unalienable
no.
God-given rights to individuals.
Well,
right?
then tell God to come down and enforce them. Tell God that He is fucking slacking on the job.
Let me ask you a question, libtard. All right, do you want to defund the police?
Absolutely.
Are you one of those?
Absolutely.
You do? Why? Why do you want to defund the police? You know do you know how to defund the police, Justin? Or I mean, what, Justin Freakin? Would you know how to defund the police? How do you defund the police? Tell me how to defund the police.
Well, they did it in
And then I'll
Camden, New
tell you-
Jersey, and they had a fantastic response to it.
Well, no, you tell me how you're going to defund the police, and then I'll
They
tell
fired
you
the
how-
entire
I'll
police
tell you-
department and then
I'll
rehired
tell
everybody
you
back.
How you can defund the police.
Camden,
No,
New
listen to this shit.
Jersey. You can look it up.
Okay.
Camden,
You
New
tell me how
Jersey
you're
did
gonna-
it, and their police department has been better off for it.
No, not how they did it. How are you going to defund the police?
Oh, you don't want to ask me that because I just say like no cops whatsoever. I am completely anti-cop.
Okay, well, hey, ask me then, Justin. Ask me how I want to defund the police.
I don't give a shit.
Well, I mean, if you know what, I give a fuck. And you'll give a fuck
I don't.
too if you need to call the police. And
Why
somebody
why
kills
would
your
I ever
fucking
call the
family.
police? Okay, dude. The
somebody's
first
chopping
three
your
stories,
fucking
the
family
first
up in
three
front of you.
stories, the first three stories I did on this show tonight were the cops shooting innocent people. The very first one was the cop shooting a hero that stopped a shooting.
Ah. So you think you think all police are bad then? Out of all
I know
16,000
all police are bad. I prove it every single night. And I can show you the statistics. What happens to good cops that try to expose corruption? They get fucking put in mental institutions, or they snap like Chris Dorner in California. He's a fucking hero.
Okay, you still didn't answer how you were going to defund the police though, because you're all
Exactly the way they
defunding
did in
police.
Camden, New Jersey, and you can look it up.
Yeah, that's not how you defund the police. You know how you
Yeah, it
defund the
is.
police?
That is exactly
No,
what
it isn't.
they fired all the cops and they rebuilt it back. And
Yeah,
that's
so
why
they
I'm
still-
telling
so
it
they
is
still
a
have
perfect
police.
model that you
Wait
can
a minute,
look
wait a
up.
minute. So they
You
still
weren't
have
expecting me to be
fucking
able to
police, though.
answer it, you stupid fuck.
you're
You
saying-
weren't expecting me to know what I'm talking about. And that's why you're fucking flailing
You're a
here.
fucking moron. You just got done saying that they defunded, that they don't have fucking police, but then you're saying that they hired a bunch of police back, but they have police.
Defund the police doesn't mean get rid of all the police. Now, I personally am for getting rid of all the police because I think they're fucking useless. But
Okay,
now,
well,
the
I'm
actual
telling you how-
position
I'm
of
telling
defund the
you how to
police
get rid of
does
all
not
the
mean
police.
to get
That's
rid of
what
all the
people
police.
generally mean by defund, because who the fuck's going to come to work who's not getting paid? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's got to survive, right, in this fucking economic system.
Did you ever think about actually looking it up and talking to somebody? Would you like me to explain it to
I'll
you?
tell you how to defund the police, Justin. You follow the fucking rule of law as an individual subjectively, because then the police sit around like fucking Maytag men.
No, they don't.
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Yeah,
they go out and they terrorize poor communities every fucking day. They got to make their quotas.
Nobody will fucking
They go out there and fucking
because there's no crimes committed, you moron.
bullshit. They go out there and they make crime. By the way, the cops are actually committing the crime.
If an individual follows the rule of law, then there won't be any crimes committed, and we won't need any police.
Do you know how many cops? Do you know how many cops have been caught planting evidence? Do you know how many cops have been caught selling drugs? Do you know how many cops have been caught terrorizing the community?
Friends, and you're a socialist until your friends turn on you, or until you're the Jew running into the woods and the Nazis are shooting at you, or until you're the black
What are
guy
you talking?
when
You're
Ku
the
Klux Klan is
authoritarian
coming
here.
after you.
I'm more
You
likely to
love
die by the
socialism.
cops, you stupid
love
fuck.
socialism
You're
because
literally
you're the
taking the
individual
side of the
boss.
authoritarians,
Now,
and you
be
want
a
to tell me
free
you believe in
thinker and think for
freedom.
yourself, Justin. Stop trying to fucking act like other people, Justin. Stop trying to think like other
What does
people
that
and be with other
mean?
people.
I
What does that mean
don't.
that you're
I'm me,
fucking
you stupid
socialist?
fuck.
You're a socialist, dude. You're not an individual.
I'm actually
You can't
not.
free
You don't
think
even
for
know.
yourself.
What do you think the word
You don't free
socialism
think for
means?
yourself.
What do you think the
got your
word?
little stupid
Can you
fucking
define
bullshit out here. You
socialism?
think it sells.
Can you define socialism?
Yeah, you want the clinical? Here, let me give you the fucking. Let me give
Absolutely.
you the link right here. I'll put it right here in the
Absolutely.
fucking
Look at the
script.
fuck up and tell me what the definition of socialism is, because you don't know.
No, I just put it in a fucking room for you. That's what I'll do. Here, I'll just put. I'll just go. I'll just
No,
go
no,
to
no.
the
Read
link.
it to me.
And then
Read
I'll
it.
put
Google it right now, because you did not know. You were in here throwing that word around. You did not know. You can't say it.
You're not going to get the true definition of socialism. You want national socialism? You know, the Nazis?
I want
the
you to
National
tell me the
Socialist
fucking definition of the word, because you're an idiot that doesn't fucking know it. But you want to throw it around and act scared of it.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, tell me what
Read the
socialism
definition.
is if I'm a fucking idiot. Tell me what socialism is if I'm a fucking idiot. Because
Public
you don't
ownership
know.
of the means of production.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Based on the what? Exactly, you don't know.
What do you mean?
You don't know.
Public
And so,
public
what do you
ownership
mean?
of the
What do
means
I
of
mean?
production.
What the fuck is wrong with you working and keeping the money, okay, that you're getting as part of a what?
That's what we want. We want to own the means of production so we
How are you
can
gonna
keep the
form-
money that we
how
work
are you gonna
for.
Form a mob and march into your boss's office that you fucking grew up with and say, hey, we're going to all walk out if you don't pay us more money. And he'll say, well, I can't pay you more money because our business won't be able to grow. We won't be able to have this.
Have you
X
ever
amount
read a
of this,
history
this.
book? Do you not know what unions fucking are?
Yeah, do you know what the fucking? Do you know why Marxism failed? Why the unions, the working
Marxism
class didn't
failed?
rise
What the
up
fuck are
against
you
the boss?
talking?
Do you know
Do
why
you
they
even?
didn't rise
What
up?
is Marxism? You don't know, do you?
Dude, shut the fuck up.
What is
You're a moron,
Marxism?
dude.
What
You're
is
literally a
Marxism?
moron.
You're throwing
Are
around
done
words
yet?
you don't know the
Marxism
meaning
is a
of.
failed ideology.
What
from
is
a
it?
little bitch
Define it.
who got
Define
fucking
it.
ideas from a trust baby from England.
You
Shut
can't
the fuck
define
up,
it.
dude.
You
don't
can't
know
define
shit.
it. You don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's it, buddy. I don't know what it is, buddy.
But here, this I've got a graph on screen right now. The disconnect between productivity and a typical workers' compensation.
You can't shut your
It
fucking mouth
decoupled
and listen.
right
and
around
that's what your fucking problem is.
1973.
No, that's what your fucking problem is. You don't know how to
So
shut
that
the fuck
or
up.
what we
and you
make
don't know how
now
to
as
open up your
workers
ears,
does not
and
match
you
the
don't
actual
know your
productivity.
history,
We
and
are
you
getting
don't
the
know your
shaft.
origins.
I'm showing you
No,
the
you don't know
data
your
that
history,
proves
you don't
that
know your
right now.
origins. Oh, no, you just keep interrupting, stupid. You know why they came up with cultural Marxism? Because Marxism failed, stupid. Okay? The proletarians
Now,
didn't rise up
why
against the
should you
bourgeois
be for a
in
system
fucking
where
armed-
CEO
Now,
pay
why did that? Because people had
just
more fucking
skyrockets,
continuity for their own
and then
culture
worker
and their
compensation
ways.
stays stagnant for 4 years.
Nah, moron. That's why that fucking bitch lost. Why his
Why do you like
idea
that
didn't
system?
work. What do you mean? Why do I like capitalism? I'm a fucking capitalist through and through. Why?
Oh, I'm
Because
sorry.
the spirit-
I'm sorry.
because
I
the
couldn't hear
spirit
you
of
there for a little bit.
competition- No, listen, I'll answer it, asshole, why I like capitalism. Because the spirit of competition drives evolution. That's why, you moron.
Do you think Facebook has competition?
What are you, a fucking mamby-pamby that's going to go to the Olympics to the male shot put, and you're going to enter the female shot put because everybody's equal, so they're all going to throw the shot put the same fucking
What?
distance.
That doesn't
So-
make any sense.
Yeah. we
Now,
all
wait,
get
no.
those medals.
Tell me,
We
what's
all
your
get
opinion
fucking
on
those medals.
Facebook? What's your opinion on
There's
Facebook?
No competition. We're not going to evolve the sport. We're not going to make the
What's
shot
your
put
opinion on
farther,
Facebook?
Oh, shut the fuck up. You're a moron.
Tell me
you're a moron.
You're on my show, dude. Tell me your opinion on
I
Facebook.
don't give a shit, dude, if I'm on your fucking show. You told me to call. You
I
said we were
did.
gonna smoke a bowl, and then you started on your little critical theory, little fucking insults and your stupid fuck, and then you can't handle it.
Asking you what
That's
you
how
think
fucked up
and
it is.
mocking like your stupid ass fucking assertions.
No, yeah, like your stupid fucking ass doesn't know Hegelian dialectic, like thesis, antithesis, synthesis, or problem, reaction, solution. Let's get back to that in the conversation. You fucking inferior.
Oh,
you
please
inferior
tell me what an
fuck.
alien dialectic
No,
is.
literally.
I would love to hear
No.
it.
Oh, you'd love to hear it? I'll give you a perfect example of it. And if you'd shut the fuck up and listen, you and I are neighbors. Okay, asshole? You wake up every fucking morning. You go out to your fucking truck and you start it because you want to warm it up. And then you go back inside and you get your fucking coffee. All right? And sometimes in the morning, right, I notice that you bring your kids out there and your dog and you put them in the truck and you go back in and set the alarm real quick and you get a cup of coffee, you set the alarm real quick and you run back out. Even though you shouldn't do that, you lock the door. You know nobody's going to steal the fucking truck from your driveway. All the neighbors are watching. Everything's on camera. You know, kids fine for like 30 seconds. You know, not a lot of people would do that, but I mean, you do it. So I see this, right? And about, I don't know, maybe 2-3 years earlier, you and I were at a campfire. All right? You can't be around campfire. You can't see fire because fire makes you fucking faint, just like the sight of blood does. Okay? You get fucking loony, bro. You go down. You go, and you just fall out the minute you see fire. I know this. That's why we never ask you to come to campfires. We're not asshole neighbors. And whenever we have a campfire, we make sure that we tell you so that the light doesn't glare over there and you go, and have a seizure and shit. We're nice to you. But this particular day, you fucking pissed me off because I wanted some of your wife's apple pie and I want to fuck her on Friday, right? But you never let me fuck her, and you never let me eat your apple pie.
If I had a wife, I would totally let you
asshole,
fuck
so
her.
let me get to the rest of the story and shut the fuck up. So you walk into your house this morning, you go out there, you put your kid in the car, you put your dog in the car, you go back in to get your refill of your coffee, and you set your alarm. You come out, you lock the door, you turn around, guess what? Your car's on fire. You go down right there on the porch, but your kid and your dog are in the car. There's nothing you can do. Your body doesn't move. You can't breathe. I can't move. Somebody help me. Somebody save my kid and my dog, right? Guess what? I come running out the house. I'm here for you, neighbor. And I run over there. I punch the fucking window out, right? I rip your kid out. I go, come on, Fido. He jumps into my arms. We walk back up to you. The car blows up in the fucking street. Boom! Fucking doors go flying down the street, right? And you look at me, okay, and you say, thanks, man. Thanks. I don't care about the car. I just give a shit. I love my son. I love my dog, Fido. Okay? And the dog's licking you. Your kid's crying, kissing you. And you say, is there anything that I can do? And I say, yeah, there is. I just want to come over on Friday. I want to have a piece of apple pie, and I want a blowjob from your wife. And you go, man, no problem, man. That's it? No problem, man. I'll make my wife suck your dick. Okay? See, but so then I go over there next Friday, right? Your wife's doming me the fuck off. You're like, oh, that's the guy that saved my whole family and saved my kid and saved my dog. That's all right. You know, how's the apple pie taste, you say to me? You say, hey, hater, how's the apple pie taste? I say, this apple pie, this is good. Okay? You never knew, dumb shit, that I lit your car on fire. You understand now? You understand, you fucking libtard? Clinton-loving fucking... Trump lost.
Yes, I understand completely. Yes.
Russians. Trump grabs bitches by the pussy. So fuck yeah, he does. He's got kids. Obviously, he's grabbed some pussy in his day. Have you ever grabbed any pussy? Probably not. That's probably why you're on fucking YouTube trying to get some, right, bro? I mean, let's be honest. Let's cut through the fucking bullshit. Let's cut through the bullshit, hippie. You know the only fucking thing that's going to fucking cause this world and humanity to love one another again? It's not our bongs. It's not how good we can grow this shit. All right? That's not it. It's telling the fucking truth, and that starts as an individual. Because the world will be the fucking utopia that these cocksuckers tax us, put us into war, fucking suck the adrenochrome out of our fucking kids.
Adrenochrome! Oh, shit!
Whatever the fuck, dude. You know, fuck them in the ass, turn them into ham sandwiches. You know, whatever the fuck, dude. You know what I'm saying? And all their little stupid fuck organizations, whether that's OTO, Thelema, fucking Skull and Bones, fucking goddamn the Illuminati, fucking Bill
both,
Burr,
Birkin. He's both.
Shit. Listen, asshole, all that InfoWars fucking Alex Jones fucking tell you.
Everything, all of it. He's all of it.
From the fucking goddamn fucking OxyClean commercials for my brother. Frog bones, chicken fucking grease. Yeah, dude, whatever. Cool, dude. You know, I mean, he's got his way. He fucking handles it to people. You don't like my delivery? Go fuck yourself, all right, you little politically correct pussy hole. You like burning shit the fuck down and getting free shit, though, right? By somebody.
Who do you
else
think burns shit down?
like
You know, like neo-Nazi groups have been charged with burning shit down, right?
Racist. It's a racist thing. It's racist.
Well, yeah, because they were trying to paint BLM as violent.
How do you offer a solution to a race war? How are the Dems going to offer? How do the Democratic Party, the party of the Ku Klux Klan, because you know during the big switch there was
whoa, Dixiecrats.
No.
Dixiecrats.
Switched.
Dixiecrats. And they no. My governor right now is a Republican. Her name is Kay Ivey. She was a Democrat.
I mean, from Wisconsin, where
when you say too.
What the fuck are you
I'm in
talking
Alabama,
about,
dude. What the fuck?
You're a libtard, dude. Total.
And why? Yeah, why would I have a conversation with somebody who set my car on fire?
Subverted and demoralized from cultural Marxist process. That's what your problem is.
What the fuck do you? Cultural Marxism is something the Nazis came up with to demonize people and attack higher education.
Theory. You know why they came up with it? Because Marxism.
What do you think?
That's why the fuckheads got together at the Frankfurt Institute in Germany. That's why the National Socialists went over there to fuck them up because they were communists.
Yeah, my chat is amazed that you've got me defending Democrats.
Berkeley. No, you know where they came to? Berkeley UC and fucking goddamn Columbia University. That's where they set up shop.
Where do you get your information from?
Of the 60s.
What talk show do you like to listen to?
Fuck talk shows.
No. Who do you like to listen to? You're listening to somebody on YouTube or on podcast.
Saul Alinsky from
Alinsky.
Pussies that you fucking listen to in college to get your fucked up ideology.
It's not Republican talk show talking points. He's further right than Republican.
I don't even know what fucking cultural Marxism is or its origins or how Hegelian dialectic works, but yet I'm supposed to not be tricked. Shut the fuck up, dude. You're a moron, all right? And that's why I called you.
I'm the moron.
I'm wasting the time to slap the shit out of you, right, verbally, because you are a troll on the internet, right? That's what you say. Well, you think you're a fucking troll, but obviously you're getting the fuck trolled out of you. Let's be honest.
Really? I'm getting trolled out of me. You're giving me amazing content that people are fucking loving, that I'm making money on, and you think you're trolling me.
There's 3 people in here, retard. How are you making money?
There's not 3 people in. Do you understand
3 people? Oh wait, there's 4 now watching. 4, and you started your stream 94 minutes ago. There's no
Man, I have said it like 5 times now. I'm not just on YouTube. I'm not just on YouTube.
A fucking byproduct. You're a cultural Marxist byproduct.
Look at the fucking chat. There's all kinds of people making fun of your dumb ass.
You've been subverted and demoralized. Those are bots, retard. Okay.
Yes, there are bots fucking making fun of you right now.
Fucktard from cultural Marxist practice.
Oh, you think that because it says restream bot? No, it's just redoing the. It's sending you the shit from.
All the same thing. Evil fucking lover. I don't believe in God guy. That's really what it boils down to, it isn't? And you know the.
Why should I believe in God?
You know, even in nature that good.
Well, according to you, I can't listen to what the pedophile preachers have to say. So how do you know what's true and what's not?
How do I know what's true and what's not?
Yeah.
Well,
you said the cultural Marxists got into the churches.
Hey, let me ask you another question. Do you believe in God?
Fuck no. Not only that, I can prove that there is no God.
Your problem. Well, that's your fucking problem. How do you know
I can prove that there is no God. I can use a logical proof.
That there isn't?
I can disprove all human conceptions of God using a logical proof.
How's that? Mathematically? Are you going to show me how to do it mathematically?
Using a logical proof, I can, yes.
Yeah, sure you can.
Okay, are you ready? Are you ready for it?
Yeah, okay.
Okay, here you go.
Fucking retarded you
all right, are you going to let me say it? A God, by definition, is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, correct?
Like I said, it all depends on what your God is, isn't it?
No, that's the definition of a God, you stupid fuck.
No, I'm saying I guess that
A God would have those properties, would he not? You're too dumb to even talk to, man. I'm just gonna keep talking to us about 9/11. Tell us more about 9/11. Come on.
Why do you get off the God subject?
No, tell us more about 9/11. You're not comprehending what I'm even saying.
Your idea or a definition that you read out of a fucking book is what you think God is, or the definition of
I don't know.
God
What do you
of
read
God?
out of, sir? The toilet? Your ass?
Well, I'm just. No, it's called
Where
the
do you
Bible.
normally do your reading?
Well, I like to read the Bible sometimes. That's a good one. You should
I've read the fucking Bible. Have you read the Bible?
Oh, the whole thing, huh? You read the whole thing? Yeah.
I have, yes.
Yeah, right. No, you haven't.
No, I actually have, yes. Greek Reed, are you in here? You saw me reading it multiple times.
And you're lying. And when you
You
lie,
saw me
dude,
when I
that's
was
the only
going
thing-
through it.
that's the
Fucking
only thing
tell 'em.
subjectively- That's the only thing subjectively it's going to teach us to love one another. You haven't read
The
whole
Bible? The Bible's going to teach us to love one another. What in the Bible
Yeah,
fucking
what-
tells
what
us about
do you read?
loving
What do
one
you
of
fucking
each other?
read then? The Quran?
Oh shit, why do you leave? No, I've never read the Quran actually. I've thought about it. I can't remember what I read where there was this really cool story where Muhammad had a cat on him and he didn't want to disturb the cat, so he cut the sleeve off of his shirt and slid his hand out. I have no clue. It was just some dude who wandered in here. I think he hung up, yes. I was hoping he wouldn't stop. No, he was a crazy motherfucker. You could play conspiracy bingo with him. He checked all the fucking boxes. I did not hang up on this dude. Do not listen to this motherfucker. You guys, my chat knows me well enough to know I would never hang up on somebody. And if I do, I would say that I hung up on them. I've hung up on one person? And that was only because I was hungry and ready to end the show. I certainly did not hang up on you, sir. Oh shit, he's calling back. Caller, you're on the Troll Patrol. What's going on?
Yeah, no, you hung up, dude. You hung
I
up.
did not.
You hung up on me.
I did not.
It shows on my fucking. Yes, it does. It shows on my phone that you ended up fucking disconnecting the call. Yes, it does.
Okay,
You're the
you're
one that
probably on a
terminated the
cell
fucking
phone. Maybe your
call.
phone
You know why?
disconnected.
You know why? Because you don't like being fucking. You're inferior, and you don't like being fucking educated to anything, and you don't understand cultural Marxism or political correctness and critical theory and how it's subverted and demoralized our nation culturally to believe in things like starting a race war. Or that all cops shoot fucking nothing but black people.
I never said that.
I'm just
have
saying
you
that's
ever actually talked with the leftists about what they believe, or do you just hear what grifters? Hey, dude, let me talk.
No, that's another.
Let me fucking talk. Let me talk, or I will hang up on you because it's my fucking show. You got me?
Yeah. Well, you still got anybody in it.
Have you?
Yeah, well,
oh my God!
Okay,
the chat is going nuts, making fun of you.
Hang up on me, then, Antifa.
I'm not
Antifa
hanging
guy.
up on you. I want to ask you a question. Have you ever actually asked a leftist what they think about anything, or do you just listen to what grifters sell you
I listen
on?
to what their fucking Marcuse bullshit and their Alinsky bullshit that comes out of their mouths, and I know where they were indoctrinated from, and I know that they're missing the education of where the true history of it lies. And that's why I know that they're subverted.
What education?
And demoralized.
You keep making assertions and you don't ever back them up.
They're subverted and they're demoralized to the processes. And a lot of them have. And let me ask you this question.
What does that mean?
Justin Freakin. Yeah, I'm going to ask you a question now. That's what we do. You ask me a question, I answer it.
Okay.
And you interrupt me. Now I'm asking you a question, and then you're going to answer it. And I won't interrupt you though. Do you think homosexuality is a mental illness?
Absolutely not.
Well, I think it is.
Well, you're fucking wrong then.
I think scientifically homosexuality has been proven. Well, what purpose does homosexuality have? I mean, it's not for procreation, right? Because penises go in vaginas, right? Isn't that how we make babies? Last time I checked, right?
Well, not everybody's born with a penis. Not everybody's
born.
born.
The fucking line. No, Justin, listen. I love you as a human being.
You
okay?
don't.
But I don't want to fuck. But I don't want to fuck your ass.
You
okay?
might.
I don't want you to,
Have you seen my ass?
Talk like a girl, wear makeup, and suck my dick. Okay, but I love you. I love you.
I think you have some repression issues and that you really do want to fuck somebody in the ass. No. I think if you were to come in a guy's ass, you would feel a million times better. And you should do that for Pride Month.
All right, Justin. Justin, I love kids, but I don't fuck them just because I love them. All right.
What?
I love my dad.
You're in the closet. Dude, you have repression. You have repression. You hate gay people because you have gay thoughts. You think dick might taste yummy, and you should try it out.
Assuming, Justin, more
no, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Yeah, it is. You said that I hate gay people. I don't hate gay people. That's an inaccurate statement. That's inaccurate.
Seems like it.
I said homosexuality is a mental illness. I never
It's
said
not.
I hate gay people.
But it's not. It's proven that it's not.
It's clinically proven that it is.
No, it's not.
The fuck it is. Look it up, stupid fuck, and you're telling me, oh, you're not.
I know what I'm talking about, and I know it's not.
Explaining you.
It is not.
The origin.
What page is it on in the DSM?
On the how about on the fucking BAMF fucking manual, you dumb fuck, the androgyny.
Yeah, dude. Okay. See, you don't know what the DSM is, do you? So you have no fucking idea what you're talking about.
Lucifer Boy Wonder. Yep, the light bearer, right, Justin? That's who he is, right? Justin, Lucifer's the light bearer, right? He's the one with the knowledge. To be brought out of the dark square, Justin, into the light squares to have the knowledge. You're illuminated. You're an Illuminati member now, Justin. Here, let me...
I'm an Illuminati member now.
Listen, you can join our Freemasonry temple, and you can walk on...
Freemasons are fucking stupid.
Freemasonry temples have fucking checkered fucking floor bottoms in them. You know the checkered pattern, right? You understand that, don't you, Justin? You understand where that checkered flag, fucking checkered pattern comes from, right, Justin? No, you probably don't, because you don't know your origin. Don't know your history either. That's why Freemasonic temples have those fucking floors in them.
Why? Why do they? Tell me.
Because when you're brought out of the... Justin, let me ask you a question. If that's accurate, if they think that they're accurate about being brought out of the dark into the light and getting the knowledge, and being illuminated...
The fuck are you talking about?
Justin, if you and I are in a dark room, okay... and I light a lighter in the
Are you going to light my truck on fire and kill my wife?
No, listen, Justin, I'm already fucking her in the mouth for apple pie. You said it was okay because I saved your kid and your dog. You already told me that's fine. I'm serious. You told me it was okay. So anyway, listen, Justin, we're in this dark
I'm
room,
a swinger. Okay? If you're hot, I probably would have told you it was okay anyway. But also, it would be her decision because she's not my property.
But not your apple pie, Justin. And your wife leaves it in the windowsill, and it smells so fucking good every time I walk past it. And you never share it with me, Justin. God damn it. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to blow up some fucking World Trade Center fucking buildings, right? And then I'm going to file for the insurance. And you know what? Fuck that shit. I'm going to make a fucking pandemic up, right? And I'm going to scare the fuck out of everybody and make them all think that they're fucking
a pandemic.
No, better. So wait a minute. I'm going to make a race-based fucking homosexual disease up called AIDS, right?
Have you known anybody that had COVID?
I'm going to have my NIH NGOs profit from all the fucking AIDS drugs and all the pharmaceutical companies that I'm in bed with, right, that line my fucking pockets. And I don't give a shit about people's lives.
Okay, dude, hold on. If you hate pharmaceutical companies, like, we can find some common ground here. I am anti-corporation.
Wait a minute. Let's go back to fucking Cuba in the fucking Iran-Contra deal. Fuck that shit. I'm going to take out some fucking passenger jets with some innocent people, right? Because that's what they do, Justin, the government.
Wait,
when
what?
They want to get something else done. No, I'm saying that's what they did during Cuba, Justin, not me. That's what they did during Cuba. They were complaining on taking out fucking jets full of our fucking of our citizens, Justin, killing our citizens, killing innocent people, and looking at it like it's just fucking collateral damage, and nobody gives a fuck because it drives and lines their pockets through that Hegelian dialectic. Because when they got through the Hegelian dialectic, because when they have a problem, then they can offer a problem or a solution for the problem in which they created, right? You understand how that works? So listen, Justin, we're going to have this fucking cop who's friends with this other guy act like he's kneeling on him and act like he's killing him, even though the fucking guy's probably not even dead. No, better yet, we're going to have people find timestamps on the George Memorial fucking goddamn website 2 weeks that were timestamped before the guy died. Sorry, wait a minute. Is that what they're going to do for me and you, Justin? Are they going to make our funeral arrangements up just 2 weeks before we die and everything and make a nice memorial online and shit like that? Because, I mean, last time I fucking checked, dude, you know what I'm saying? Google even has timestamps, and things have timestamps on them, right? You know what I'm saying? Like images and things like that. You know, you just fucking right-click, look in there, and see what the fucking goddamn elements and the thing sources and all that shit is.
I don't think you've ever done anything like that. I don't think you know what you're talking about.
Hey, why in the fuck would a George Memorial website, right, have timestamps that were before George Floyd died? Why would there be bricks delivered from Chicago Brick Company, right? Why would they be delivered to major U.S. cities on flatbed trucks through U-Haul, through networking, if before George Floyd even died? Does that make any sense? Because they were going to do what? They were going to race riot? Because a lot of cops shoot black people all the time. That's bullshit.
But they do. Like, I've got the statistic.
Cops shoot 4 times more white boys than they do black people per capita.
You are correct. So now why are you not? Now that has context though, because per capita, it's
no per capita.
It's more black people.
20% of the nation. Okay, we're talking 13 to 16% male. That's a bunch of bullshit. And
but okay, hold on.
Okay,
man, can we
fucking crime rate?
Hold on, let me talk. I've let you go on for a while now. Let me talk.
Than white males. Why is that?
Dude, you're on my show. Let me talk. I think we can find some common ground here. I think we can find some common ground here if you'll let me talk.
Almost 700 times higher for their age grouping.
I will let me talk, you stupid fuck. Let me talk.
No,
okay.
Because of the lack of family, Justin. They didn't have fathers. That's why. That's why. They come from broken homes, Justin.
I wonder who broke their homes. I wonder who broke their homes.
Well, probably the same ideology that taught that the father figure was a bad guy and that the family...
Who taught that the father figure was a bad guy?
Listen,
you just make shit
okay,
up.
Right? Having sex out of marriage is okay. Divorce is okay.
Yes. Freedom is okay. Yes, freedom is okay. I have sex out of marriage all the time. It's okay. And you telling me it's wrong is not okay.
If you break up the family, then the family has to have...
Fuck your family. I don't care. There are no. This idea, and by the way, your idea of a family is a modern invention. Families used to be far more communal. This idea of like the family unit is like the last century. You stupid fuck.
Shit that packs up their tent and goes across the land, or what are you talking about, Justin?
What do you mean? What am I talking about? People used to live communally. Kids used to be raised communally.
Listen, what happens when families get divorced? What happens, Justin? The mother has to get her own house, and the father has to get his own house, right? So then what happens?
Hey, what happens? What happens when two people stay together when they don't love each other? You get abuse. You get misery. Why the fuck would you force somebody to stay in a relationship they don't want to be in?
Why in the fuck would
You're anti-freedom, aren't you?
Why would you want to work through a relationship when you love somebody, or wouldn't you know if you loved them enough or if they loved you enough?
Dude, love. There's not some perfect love. There's not some the one. God didn't ordain you to have the one.
Maybe people are so subverted and demoralized to think that
maybe you're just wrong. Maybe you're just wrong. And you're trying to force your warped view of the world on other people, and you're a stupid fuck.
You don't get pussy, bro. That's why you don't have a wife and why you don't have a family, Justin. Look at you. Look at you. No girls.
There are people in this chat that can verify I get pussy. I get pussy. Yeah, I get dick. I get trans people.
You're like a dick tool. You're like a dumb dick tool, Justin. They don't want to stay with you. They don't want to be with you long term. You know
no, it's the other way around. I am very independent. I live in my own house. I play my video games. I don't want to put up with other people.
Oh, so you're just a selfish little bitch, dude, and you don't want to procreate and carry on your family name at all, huh?
How does that make me selfish? How does it? I do not want to bring children into this world, which is facing climate change, which is facing fucking Nazis, idiots like you. I don't want to bring a child into that world. That'd be child abuse on my part.
Hey, Justin, listen. You know, just like God loved his fucking only son.
God is not real. God can suck my dick.
Well, that's what you think. Well, you know what?
No. If God is real, tell him to come down here into my living room so I can slap him across the face with my fucking dick.
Your imaginary wife, all right, she can give me apple pie and suck my dick, Justin. You know what I mean by that?
Your imaginary God can suck my dick.
Yeah, well, you know what? That doesn't affect me because I know God's real, and when he comes back to...
Oh, you know. You know.
Well, I'm just saying, you better hope he doesn't annoy us.
No, dude. You do not know any better than me what happens when you die. You just think you do, and you're fucking stupid.
Yeah, you sure about that, Justin?
Yes, because I can prove God doesn't exist. I can prove God doesn't exist. You wouldn't let me do it earlier because you're stupid.
Really? Because you're aware of whether we're dead or not, right, Justin? You're aware. You know.
I know I'm not dead. I'm alive. Holy shit!
Where you're going? What's next? Right, Justin? You know better than what everybody else knows, right? Well, then why don't you fucking?
I certainly know better than you.
No, listen, dumb shit. Why don't you tell us why we're here, what we're doing, and where we go when we die then, Justin? If you have all the fucking
You can't answer those questions any better than I can. Your answer of fucking God is wholly inadequate. It's fucking laughably stupid.
Yeah, that's why people have faith, Justin, and that's why they call them ideology.
People have faith because they're fucking stupid and they want to believe in shit.
Yeah, what do you believe, Justin? That you're going to die when you die? Is that what you believe?
Yeah. What evidence do you have to the opposite?
Well, I think you're going to be born when you die, Justin. What do you think about that? I guess it's all how you
Sounds
look at it.
fucking stupid. There is zero evidence that happens.
Nancy. You're a negative Nancy. You're a pessimist instead of a fucking optimist.
I'm a realist.
Justin.
I'm telling you the truth, you dumb shit.
No, you stupid fuck. You don't know any better than I do. But because I have
that's what I'm saying. I don't know any better than you do.
Toward my ideology. No, you're intolerant toward Christianity.
Yes, it's stupid.
The truth.
It's not the truth. You just stating something is the truth doesn't make it the truth. As a matter of fact, I can tell you that Christianity is far from the truth because I've studied it. I know the truth about Christianity.
You can tell me I'm a schizophrenic because I talk to God, Justin. But then you could have a near-death experience and tell me that you went to a tunnel, Justin, and saw
a near-death experience.
You were fucking crazy. No,
I will tell you exactly what that is. It's a DMT trip because I've done DMT before and it's the exact same thing.
Tell me that Satan's real, Justin.
It is a chemical that your brain produces. It causes there to be I will tell you. I will describe exactly what happened to me. DMT. This is what happened to me. A light shined down from the fucking corner. I was in a room with cinder blocks. So, there were symmetrical patterns, and they all shimmered, and it felt like I shot up. And then as I came down, I drifted down slowly, and then I just kind of sat back down on the bed. And that was a DMT trip, and that is the chemical that your brain produces when you die. And that's why people think that they see God when they have a near-death experience.
And you don't even realize
now you're unmuted.
Yeah, because we just went to church, Justin, and the blood and body of Christ you smoke, the bud and the stem that you fucking separate in shit and smoke, right? Is the knowledge, is the consciousness. Maybe that, Justin, maybe that for an ideology. How about that? Maybe fucking God isn't what you think it is, some fucking omnipotent fucking whatever the fuck.
Do you know what the word omnipotent means? Do you know what the word omnipotent means? Do you know what the word omnipotent... By definition, a God has to be the three things I described. Or they're not a God. But you don't know. You didn't know what any of the words I said mean, did you?
Justin, you're impotent. That's why you take Viagra. It's not impotent. Okay, that's not what I said. But what I'm saying, Justin,
I don't take.
How do you know God isn't?
I don't take Viagra, but if I was to do hard drugs again, I probably would take Viagra because my dick don't work anymore on the stuff.
The truth. How do you know God?
I keep muting you to talk to the chat because you keep talking over me. Now, what'd you say?
I said, how do you know God isn't real, Justin?
I will prove it to you. Because a God, by definition, would have to be omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent.
Correct? How do you know God isn't omnipresent? How do you know God isn't omnipresent?
Listen to a God. By definition, would have to be omniscient, omnipotent.
Oh, God, my God, your God, his God, their God, whatever the fuck, moron. How do you know that God is
That's not what
real?
I'm saying.
That's what I asked you.
I'm trying to explain it to you. Answer my question.
How do you know that it's not real? You don't.
I'm trying to tell you, and you keep getting.
Telling me that. You just got done telling me that, Justin. That's how we have faith.
I'm using a logical proof to prove it to you. It's called a conditional proof. So I have to.
Done telling me. You just got done trying to convince me that God isn't real, Justin.
Dude,
let
me talk. Let me talk.
Real or not. You don't know whether God's real.
Let me talk.
Justin.
Let me talk.
No. Nah, fuck off, Justin. All right, go ahead, Justin. Go ahead. It's your show, Justin. Go ahead.
I was trying to a conditional logical proof requires two conditions. I was having you agree to my conditions. Once I had you agree that those conditions were correct, I was going to give you the conclusion, and it's sound and cogent, and it's a logical proof.
Just as I said that I asked you what.
Okay, now go back. Hold it. Dude, I'm telling you, I will prove God's not real. You're not understanding what I'm talking about.
Hello, everybody.
I do know God's not real, and I will explain it to you if you'll shut the fuck up.
You have your opinion on that, dipshit.
No. I have logic. Logic, and I'm going to explain the logic to you.
You have a belief, Justin. You have a belief in an ideology that God's not real.
Okay, he is muted again, so I can actually tell you, the people in chat that are smart and will understand what I'm saying, the actual logical proof. A God, by definition, is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. That's condition 1. Condition 2. A being that is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent would therefore transcend any human comprehension. So, there's your two conditions. A God, by definition, is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. Second condition. That being, by definition, would transcend any comprehension. Any human comprehension. Therefore, we must conclude that any human comprehension of God is false. That is a logical proof. It is sound, it's cogent, and it proves God doesn't exist.
No, it doesn't, Justin. Am I
It does.
unmuted now, Justin?
Yes, you
Am
are.
I muted?
Yes.
Okay, well, when I asked you if God was real, and you said no. How do you know that?
I just quoted a logical proof that is sound and cogent. Do you know what a logical proof is?
Because you just got done saying God isn't real, but you don't know whether God is real.
I just explained it using a logical proof.
You're contradicting yourself.
No, I didn't.
Yourself, and you're not intelligent
no,
enough
I
to
didn't.
see that you're contradicting yourself.
I don't think you understand what I'm saying in order to know that I'm not contradicting myself, and I fucking smacked you down.
You're contradicting yourself because you're not intelligent enough to see that you're contradicting yourself by saying that.
How am I contradicting myself? Do explain it.
Real, and I'm telling you God is real, and that's my right to believe that God's real. And you're telling me no.
Okay.
It's God isn't real. God isn't real. And then I'm saying, okay, well, what is real then? And then you're telling me this is real, but I don't know what real is. So you just got telling me that this is what your reality is, but other people don't know what your reality is. That's fine, because that's a subjective standpoint as an individual. I'm sure people don't know what your fucking reality is, but you can't force your opinion and your belief on somebody else. You see what I'm saying? Just like I told you that you can't bring a fucking donkey to the lake of knowledge and make them drink. They'll dehydrate and die right there on the fucking beach. You can't.
You're the one wanting to force your shit on other people.
I just asked you why we're here, Justin. I said, why are we here? What are we doing here? And what's next? And you couldn't answer that. And I can answer that because I have belief. I have faith in something.
Just because you made up some bullshit doesn't mean your answer is correct, you dumb fuck.
And just because you believe in Buddha or Islam,
I don't believe in anything.
Or you believe in doesn't mean that you're right either. And you know what?
The Lake of Knowledge, wasn't that what fucking Prince took the Apollonia to the fucking Lake of Knowledge?
And that's why they call it a belief, Justin, because we believe. We have faith.
I don't. Faith is the affirmation of belief without evidence. I believe in evidence.
No, Justin.
Yes. Faith is just I believe some bullshit, and I don't need to give you any goddamn reason why. Lake Minnetonka, I'm sorry.
Collective consciousness and social networking, Justin, changes future timelines. Did you know that?
What?
Yeah. Just like the power of prayer heals little kids with cancer and makes
prayer does not heal. They've done studies on it, and it was less effective than placebo.
No, it was actually really
Nope,
documented.
nope,
It has been
nope,
documented.
nope,
Yes,
nope,
hey,
nope,
Justin,
nope. It was
Justin,
less effective.
He has been documented as well.
No, it hasn't.
Justin.
No, it hasn't.
Yes, it has, Justin. Yes, it
No,
has.
my
Justin.
idol, James Randi, offered $1 million to anybody who could prove any of this bullshit, and he never paid it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know why he never paid it out? Because it's bullshit.
Because the U.S. military had fucking motherfucking psychics working.
Yes,
for
the
him,
dude mentioned adrenochrome earlier. He does indeed believe this. Yeah, everybody's getting bored of your
Adrenochrome's not
shit.
real either. Is that it, Justin? Do you know?
Adrenochrome is a real thing, and they can make it in a lab, and nobody would have to fucking suck.
Wait a minute, 9C9H.
All right, dude, you're cut off. I am actually going to hang up on you now because, like, you're just talking over me. Everybody's getting bored of bullshit. You were entertaining at first, but now you're just stupid. So call back in some other time. I'll give you another go around. Maybe he's just trolling me. Maybe he doesn't actually believe this bullshit. Yes, Creed, you're correct. I am getting hungry. Well, I can't, like, I eat, and then, like, I have to prep for this show for a couple hours, and then as I'm on, like, you know, I get really hungry. I think the cats are getting hungry, too. We still got more show to do, though. Oh. Amazing! We're going to talk about all that shit tomorrow. I don't feel like doing it tonight. And I know Winch is on. It's a Monday night. We got to get over to Meltdown Monday with the Media Winch. But I promised before the end of the show that everyone would see a bear pole dancing. And you know I deliver. I didn't say it was stripping. I said it was pole dancing. I'm afraid that song might be copyright shit. His rabbit spittle on your face. That's great. Oh, some of you guys had some really, really funny lines that I couldn't acknowledge because I'm just like listening to him. Some of you guys said some hilarious shit. I'm going to have to go back and watch that. Yes. I try to always give everybody a good palate cleanser. Usually an animal. I like animal videos an awful lot. And this is a pole dancing bear. It doesn't get any better than that. Oh, shit. Misty, be sure to stick around. I'm going to send you over to Media Winch. She's the one that watches Adrian Curry and does her makeup. You're going to love this. So yes, if you are on Twitch, you are going over to Echoplex Media. We're going to hang out with the Media Winch for a little bit. Controversy creates cash, son. I know, it's so cute. I don't know where Lancaster, New Hampshire is where the bear decided to put on a show. It looks like a little baby black bear. Don't yell at me like that, Tones. You and the whole 2 people over on YouTube. All right, if you're on Twitch, you're heading over to Echoplex Media. Say hi to the Media Winch. I'm going to come in with you. Go ahead, light one up, tip one back. It's all right to have a little fun before you hit the sack. I'm Justin Freakin. We will see you tomorrow night on the Troll Patrol. Live.